I'll put this on pop out.
Oh, crap. Okay, and we're live.
All right.
Oops, I just...
Boo!
Boo!
Hi, everybody.
Boo!
Piggy
I'm
says
trying to go back in there so I can go back up top of chat.
Okay.
All right, Valerie was in first in here earlier. There was Mike Urban and Jason Lamb, Mike Sampson. Then again, we have Aileen and Piggy in chat.
Yeah.
We have Teresa Hunter. It's all mine. Michelle.
Hey,
She said
Treasure
hello,
Hunter.
Aileen.
Hi, Michelle. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Michelle.
I'm trying to look at my chat over here. I don't have my other laptop set up so I can see chat. I'm winging it tonight, y'all. I've actually got Piggy up here with me.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, Piggy's got his laptop up with the chat up so he can see what's going on.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
I got it on pop out chat.
Hello, Michelle. Tom's in here, LG Bass.
LG Bass.
Hi, Tom.
Crazy Hillbilly, hello.
Hi, Crazy Hillbilly.
For some reason, I think I got this thing upside down.
I'm going to give these people a few minutes so they can come in and we can say hi to them and then we'll get started.
That works. That works.
That's better. I can tell because it's got that steel band up here.
Oh, okay.
I know we're going to be making a lot of people hungry tonight.
Hey, that's the best part of it. I was telling them the other night on Mike's, I said, anytime I'm in a live chat, it might have been on my live, I don't remember. Anytime I'm in a live chat, we're always talking about food. It never fails.
It seems like every time we're having a catfish talk or topic, it always ends up on food. So I said, all right, heck with it. Tonight, it's going to be all about food.
Hey, that works. I'm all about the food, y'all.
Hello, Mike Sampson.
Hey, Sampy. He's always pretty much the first one to comment on my lives. I think it's hilarious. Always.
Hello, Jessica's dumpster girl. Jessica's in the house.
Right here.
Yep. Jessica, hello.
922 Crappie Barbecue.
Oh, barbecue sounds good. I don't care if it is crappie barbecue. I like barbecue.
Yeah, he says, oh, hell, I'm going to go get the chips.
Well, if we're going to be talking about food, might as well be eating it while you're talking about it.
Might as well bring you your 9-course snacks with you. Your chips, your salsa, your dips, your cheese.
Hey, that works. I'm too full from having eaten supper. I fixed fried green tomatoes.
Michelle says, every live, Aileen, fishing tournaments, talk shows always ends up about food.
Well, that's a common thing for everybody. Everybody likes food.
Everybody likes to eat.
And everybody likes to eat.
Everybody's
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we can be fishing and trying to talk topics and someone says barbecue and it goes off the wall.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it. It doesn't matter what walk of life you're from. Everybody has a common interest in food. Whether you like to eat it, like to cook it, like to talk about it, whatever. Everybody has a common interest in food.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's a given.
Yeah, and I love all types of food. I mean, there's a few things I prefer not to eat, given the choice. But I'm not going to say I won't try something. I will try it. I've tried a lot of foods I wasn't enthused with, but I tried them.
922 says he wishes he had his garden for green tomatoes.
Oh, man. These were given to us, and I'm going to edit the video tonight and put it out for tomorrow. But one of them was a little pink. And just go so you can do the green tomatoes or the slightly pink ones before they turn ripe. And they turned out great. But I explained in my video when the tomatoes were given to us a few days ago, they were all green. And one of them is now fully ripe. And then the two that I cooked tonight, one was pink and one was fully green. And it's just like the heat is something else to ripen them.
Oh, yeah.
But I was wanting some fried green tomatoes, and we had opened a can of white beans. I didn't show that because I just had them up. But and I fixed some fish on the griddle. I have my little oyster. I think it's an oyster griddle.
Yeah.
And I used a little bit of oil on it, and I put some just a small amount of meal in a bowl, and I added a little bit of salt and pepper, and I added quite a bit of the rub to it, mixed it all up, and just breaded that fish in that. And then I cooked it on the griddle. And that video is going to be out on Wednesday. But I'll tell you, it was good. I'm full from eating my fill on that. So we're sitting there talking about chips and stuff. I'm like, I ain't got no room for no chips or popcorn or nothing else.
I got enough boneless country style pork ribs to last me about 2 weeks.
Oh, wow. I tell you. Now, see, I like to do that. If I'm cooking on the grill outside, I like to cook enough while I got the coals hot and everything to just go ahead and last a few days, put in the refrigerator, put in the freezer, or whatever, and not waste anything.
Right, but see, these I can vacuum seal these and put them in the freezer.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a vacuum sealer. I could actually put them in the plastic baggies and do that and put them in the freezer if I wanted to when I grill stuff. But
well, if you don't have Ziploc baggies, all you need is a container of water.
Yeah.
After you put your meats in the baggies and just dump them in the water until the air gets pushed out.
Yeah.
Then zip them shut.
Yeah, I've seen some people put like a little straw in one corner and have it mostly zipped, and then the air comes out, and then you're able to take that straw out and finish zipping it.
Yeah, but I used to do it in like a bucket of water.
Yeah.
And just with a gallon Ziploc baggie, put your meats in there and just put them all the way up to the zipper, maybe an inch from the zipper, and just push all that air out and then zip it shut.
Yeah,
that's something.
I mean, I use a lot of the Ziploc bags because when we go grocery shopping, I do not buy the small packages of meat. I buy family-size packages.
Oh, neither do I. I just vacuum. I take them apart and vacuum seal them.
Yeah, that's what I do. The Ziplocs, and we get all the air out that we can get out and zip them up and make sure we have what it is and the date and everything on it. And that's how I fill my freezer up, because I buy the large portions of meat and cut them down. And we do hamburger. We do the chicken that way. I buy the 10-pound bags of chicken leg quarters. It's cheaper on us to do that. And
Aileen says she spent the afternoon vacuum sealing food.
Michelle. Michelle. Okay, it's all mine.
Yeah,
that's something I'm going to put on my wish list for Amazon, because I'm going to get me one of those. I had one years ago.
You can get them out of Walmart fairly cheap.
Yeah. I hardly ever go to Walmart. If I shop at Walmart, I go online. I literally hate shopping in Walmart. And I don't know if it's just our local stores, but I've been that way since 1998. My mom fell in a Walmart and broke her hip. And it was because they had water and stuff on the floor near the freezer section that they didn't have up.
Yeah.
And she didn't see it and slid in it and fell and broke her hip.
Oh,
we had a big rough time with that. And I just never really shopped in Walmart ever since. I mean, I'll go to Walmart occasionally, but maybe once or twice a year will I shop in a Walmart. I do Aldi, Save a Lot, and UGO for my groceries. I shop at Food Line and Publix on occasion if I can't find what I need at the other three places. And I found that I get a lot better quality on everything at those stores than I do at Walmart, and I don't have to deal with all the craziness there, because every time I go into a Walmart, if they have a cashier working, that's a big if.
Yeah, big if.
The line is so long, you have to wait 30, 40 minutes to get through the line.
Mm-hmm.
And all they have open is self-checkout, and then half of those don't work. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Do I get the employee discount to run that self-checkout? You know, I didn't come in here to wait on myself and bag my own groceries. I do that at Aldi, but you know that they at least ring up my groceries for me. I bag them the way I want them, but so I
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just have a rough time with the self checkouts. I just don't
Jamie
like those.
TV saying howdy.
Hi,
So,
Jamie TV.
Michelle says Walmart is like the ninth circle of hell. I avoid it online, and I use the pickup option if it's available.
Oh yeah,
We do a lot of Amazon.
yeah. Most everything I can get local as far as the grocery stores. I'm very particular about what I buy at a grocery store. I'm not a picky person, but I am very particular about my groceries. I pick out my own meats. I want to pick out my own vegetables. Canned goods, I'm not so. As long as it's like the store brand or something, I don't have a problem with it. Sometimes I'll buy name brand, but I just don't like that. Yeah. I see Jamie. Done connect. Okay.
No.
But get up here. Come on.
Everybody in chat, I have Eileen's link and Piggy Piddles link pinned to the top of chat. Yeah. So we can go over there and show their channel some love and help them grow. Let's help Aileen hit 500 and get Piggy up to 200.
Hey, everybody. Say hi, Charlie.
Something I noticed on that thing there, Avid, was Piggy is spelled Piggy.
We'll take Y or I-E. I don't care how it's spelled.
I like to spell it Y or I-E. Depends on how I feel at the time. When I was feeling goofy. So I put a Y on it.
That works.
Yeah. I wasn't trying to be mean, Piggy.
That's okay. At least
I didn't know if it was a typo, mistake, or you didn't know, or what it was.
No, that was I was being honorary when I did that one.
Oh, okay.
At least it's not Peggy.
I have a lot of them keep doing it. Peggy's Piddles, and I got to where I started asking, "Who's Peggy?"
Yeah, Michelle, that's it. Fresh foods and the dairy and stuff. I have to look at. I look at my eggs. You never know what you're gonna get when you buy eggs.
I go to a butcher's to get my fresh meat.
Oh. I want to go to the butcher. We have one not 10 miles from us. And they have really good meats.
Yeah, but I tell you what, it's not expensive either.
This one is expensive.
Here's the thing. All right. It's something people, they say they understand, but they really don't. Alyne and I both are coming up from below bottom.
Yeah.
When we got together, I didn't have a job. I'd been out of a job for a long time. I was working with a neighbor part-time to get a little bit. She was working at Subway, and she wound up with cancer. We got through that. She got on disability, SSI, medical disability, and we worked with that for a while. And then I wound up getting hurt. I got disability. Well, when I got disability, they said I made too much, cut hers out. So we've been working on coming up from below bottom.
Yeah.
And we still got a long ways to go. And part of the reason we're doing this is hopefully one day it'll make a little bit of money, make her an income, and maybe we can come up a little bit.
Yeah. You know, I enjoy what I do. I enjoy the cooking. I enjoy the videos. I enjoy my lives. And I enjoy the interaction with everyone.
With her cancer, she is close to death. She was almost stage 4. That would have been a death sentence. With me, I wasn't supposed to come up off the table. Yet here I am. They didn't think I'd move neck down if I did. Yet here I am able to do a little bit. Yeah. And everything. So we're using what we got to try to slowly come up. And y'all would be amazed. I mean, we still ain't got hardly a pot to piss in, but, you know.
Excuse the language.
We're a lot farther than what we was when we got together. I had an old truck that barely runs. She didn't have her own vehicle. She had one that's borrowed. Now we've got 2 vehicles. They need to be worked on, but one's paid for and one's working on being paid for.
Yeah. We have at least have a roof over our head. We have food to eat. We can pay our bills. Like Piggy said, we have 2 vehicles. We are richer by far than so many in the world today. So I don't consider myself that bad off. Yeah, we've worked our way up. Have we struggled? Yes. Have we done without? Yes. But you know what? At least we're happy. That's the main thing. We're happy.
Yeah, I understand that. I've been there. I came through those same things.
Yeah.
And I do know about cancer because my niece is dying from cancer and she's on that death sentence.
Oh, I hate to hear that.
She's to the point where she could go at any moment now.
Well, our prayers with your whole family.
Cancer
has been really rough around here.
Yeah. What got me was my mom's youngest sister. She was 14 years older than me. She passed away November the 25th of 2012. She had been diagnosed with cancer in September of 2012. And they told her there was nothing they could do. She was terminal. She had 3 masses, 1 in her neck, 1 in her side, and 1 in her groin area. All 3 different types of cancer. Told her that they might be able to extend her life by 6 to 7 months if she went through chemo and radiation. Her youngest daughter was pregnant with twin boys at that time, and she was hoping to live to see them born. And it was I think it was the end of September she was diagnosed. She went through chemo and radiation in October of 2012 and part of November, and then they took a break for Thanksgiving week and let her off Thanksgiving. I went down with some of my other family, and we spent Thanksgiving Day at my aunt's house, spent the day with her and the rest of the family, just had a really great day. And I had to be back at work that night to do some things. And I booked it back. And then once I got there, I was told I didn't have to come in after all because everything was already done. But I went into work on that Sunday, the 25th. Had just gotten to work and got a phone call. And they told me that my aunt had passed away. And I just looked at them. I said, I'm leaving. I don't know when I'll be back. You can mark me off the schedule till I get back because I'm leaving. And I said, my aunt passed away and I'm headed to Alabama. And that was how I felt about it. At that time, Piggy and I were not together. We didn't get together until technically February as a couple of 2013. But I didn't care. If I lost my job, there were plenty of other jobs out there. I would have gotten one. But I left work that day. I went home, packed my bags. My aunt and uncle had their stuff already packed. We got in their vehicle and we headed to Alabama. And I was down there for almost a week for the funeral. But not 6 months later, in June of 2013, I was diagnosed with a mass in my right side. And then in August of 2013, I was told it was cancer. So my family had to deal with losing someone and then turn around and deal with what I was going through.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was hard for me to even tell them because I didn't know how.
Well, trust me, I understand that.
Yeah. But this is supposed to be about food, not me talking about my cancer and all that. Let's see. I'm looking at comments here.
This next question is for both of you.
Okay.
I want you to answer first. What got you started into YouTube?
I wanted to do something on YouTube. I had been watching the Crockers. I don't know who knows who they are, but they are a YouTube channel. The Crockers. At the time we started watching them, it was the Crocker Homestead, and then they changed the name to the Crockers. And then there are several other channels that have offshoots from that. But Jason is always talking about how, just pick up your camera and do something. And I was like, all right, I would love to be able to do YouTube just to have something to do and have a channel. And I really didn't know what I wanted to do. And in October of, I want to say 2020, Piggy and I started redoing our kitchen. And one day out there while we were doing that, it came to me, you cook. Why not do a cooking channel? And it's like God laid it on my heart to do a cooking channel. So from November of 2020, basically, I had the idea I wanted to do a cooking channel and make a video recipe book, and wanted to get it started. And I could not get myself motivated to get it started because we were still working on our kitchen. And I finally started doing videos in August of 2021. And that's what it was about. I wanted, I wanted to just do one. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And then it was a case of, once I realized I wanted to do a cooking channel, I knew I wanted it to be a video cookbook type cooking channel. Basically showing ABC 1, 2, 3. This is how I do it. The basics of cooking on some things. Sometimes, if it's just boiling water or not boiling water, but boiling eggs, or if it's frying an egg, how to do different fried eggs or scrambled eggs, or do a complete recipe, how to bake a cake from scratch, how to make homemade biscuits. A lot of people don't know how to do that, especially, and I've noticed a lot of people younger than me just were not interested in cooking. And now they're coming to find out it's a whole lot cheaper and easier to cook for yourself. But if you haven't had anybody to teach you how to do it, how do you cook? And that's what I wanted. I wanted that to be out there in case somebody wanted to learn how to cook. And I wanted it to be step by step, if possible. Now, same question to you.
Why did I start YouTube?
Yeah.
Technically, Piggie's Piddles is her second channel. It's all under her name. Now, I had wanted to do woodworking. I was working towards getting a few little tools to do woodworking and maybe sell a few things and all that. Well, one day she popped up and talked about wanting to do a YouTube and everything she just told y'all. And it hit my brain like no brainer. Go for it. It'd be a lot easier for her to build up a YouTube and eventually develop an income through that than it would for me to do so doing woodworking. I could help her out. Well, it rocked on. Well, Brian Ware from Wonder Arts and Adventures, who recently passed away, he had asked me to do a YouTube channel. And I was like, well, I really don't want to. I said, I don't like messing with all that stuff. And Alyne was like, well, I'll do it. So she takes care of all the editing and computer stuff and all that, everything under her name. I just provide a little content here and there. And so he is why I got involved with an actual channel. You came up with the name.
Part of it.
Because one night, I think it was in Mike's, you had asked Alyne, how's Piggy? Because of the happy guinea pig on her channel.
Yep.
And Maddie from Backwoods Mindset, I had hit him with a potential name. And he's like, well, that's a little long. You want to shorten it? I thought, well, have it called me Piggy. And I piddle.
So
Piggy's Piddles. And here we are.
Piggy's Piddles was born.
I couldn't believe that stuck. I'm like, okay.
Hey, Rocky Mountain Life.
I see the guinea pig on the thumbnail. I'm like, there's Aileen, but where's Piggy?
Yeah.
Oh, it stuck all right. It's becoming a thing.
Yeah. Hey, Alvin Lewis.
Hello, Rocky Mountain Life. Michelle says my goal is to show how easy it is. I heard, oh, I can't make that. too many times from friends and family. I do agree with it, Michelle. That's one reason why I like doing smoked barbecues and barbecue things, because I can show the simplest, make it simple. It's smoking meats and other kinds of stuff to where it's simple. Make it simple. Show them how easy it is.
Well, that's like Piggy baking the cake, my birthday cake.
That was a good video.
That goes to show, it can be done by anybody that doesn't cook. Can Piggy cook? Yes. Piggy does not like to cook.
I hate to cook.
But, I went to work in 2016. I went to work at Whirlpool. Worked 3 days a week on weekends. I worked 12-hour shifts. I lasted about 3 months. My body just was not ready for me to go back to work at that point.
It still ain't.
But Piggy would ask me, what do you want for supper? What do you want when you come home? And I tried to keep it simple for him because I know he can do sandwiches really well. He can do eggs. He can do sausage. He can do bacon and, things like that. But there were times that I wanted something different. I have a recipe for Tater Tot Casserole, and it's actually up on my channel. And I put the recipe up on the refrigerator at the time for Piggy to cook for me. I have magnets up there, and I, put it up, and I said, this is the recipe. Follow the recipe. He followed the recipe, and he made the Tater Tot Casserole the way I like it. And so then I pick out simple dishes, or what I consider simple dishes to cook, and Piggy would fix them for us if I asked him to. Did he enjoy cooking? No. But did he do it? Yes, because he wanted to make sure I had something to eat.
Because she was the one out there working.
And it just goes to show, it does not matter if you know how to cook or not. If you follow the recipe, if you can read, if you can measure things out, you can cook.
Well, a well-written recipe helps.
Yeah, it does help if it's well-written. But it just goes to show, follow directions.
All my recipes are now written out. They're all stuck in my head.
I used to have a lot of them that I had memorized by heart. Now, my biscuit recipe, I very rarely follow a recipe on. My cornbread, it goes by sight. Those are things that I've done for so long that I don't use the recipe for.
All the recipes I have are the recipes I created. So I never wrote them out or anything. And it's just something that I do by sight because I know how it tastes.
Yeah. Charlie. Yeah. That's me. No, I would say 90% of the cooking I actually do is thrown together. I don't follow a recipe. If I follow a recipe in a video, I'll show you. If I have a recipe, I will let y'all know I'm using a recipe and where I got it from if I know, or if I come up with it years ago.
Like that apple jelly recipe she recently tried.
It's like that rub. It's like that rub I threw together today in that recipe because I was running low, so I had to make another rub. So I knew what I put in there. I knew how much I put in there. And that's all by sight. Yeah.
Well, by the way, she's got a second backup in case you get ready for it.
Yeah, when I made up the rub, I made the salt-free one. I made up enough for actually 2 of those containers. But the thing about it,
you might want to just keep both containers handy and just let me know what the shipping cost is going to cost. Pay for both.
Okay. I'll let you know that this evening.
I had a feeling you might.
I've got to get my box together to make sure I've got the correct postage for it. But yeah, I've got that. But yeah, the rub, like I said, I was just measuring it out with a teaspoon. So okay, this looks good. This looks good. And I was writing it down because I wanted to make sure I could get it right again. Because if I make something 9 times out of 10, if I'm just sprinkling it in there, I cannot make it the same way twice, especially with rubs and seasonings. And I wanted to make sure I had a really good one. So I measured, and it took me 2 tries to get it right because it had a very overpowering taste the first time. And then I adjusted it, and it turned out really good. And I left it alone. And I just adjusted from teaspoon, to the cup measurement system. And then I just said, forget that. Now I just do it all by weight. I've got, hey, Mr. Duggar.
I do mine either by the container size or by parts or by volume.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to rubs, I do them by parts.
Yeah.
Because I find it's easier to do it that way, because when I do my rubs, like my basic rub I use for every day,
yeah,
my everyday seasoning, like 1 part pepper, or 2 parts pepper, 1 part onion powder, 1 part garlic, and that's an everyday seasoning I use on everything.
Right. Well, I mean, I'll tell you on the rub, I won't say which is which, but it's 4-2-1. It's how I do this. Some of the seasons is 4 parts, some is 2 parts, and some is 1 part. And I will say that the salt is a 1 part because I put less salt than by volume. The salt is less than everything else.
Michelle, I do agree with you. Weight is best. Humidity will screw up everything. Humidity is good at that.
Yeah, it's very so. I just pull out my scale in a bowl, and make sure everything's tared out, and just start pouring it in and weighing it out by weight now. And it actually turns out a lot better, and I get a better product when I do that. So, I just do it that way.
The day I was in a restaurant, I just threw everything together without even going by parts. I just needed something quick to finish off the pork.
Yeah, and
it still came out right.
Yeah. I actually have two different seasons. I don't make them up very often because I don't use them very often, but I have created my own seasons on 2 other things. One is my pumpkin pie spice. I made it up so that I could use it in my pumpkin pie cheesecake. And the other one was my fajita blend that I make up. And I, like I said, very rarely make it up anymore because I use my rub for my fajitas and tacos and things like that. But if everything goes well with the rub and it gets out there and everybody wants it, I will offer my own versions of my pumpkin pie spice and fajita spice and stuff, or fajita seasons, if anybody's interested in it. And I may come up with my own apple pie seasoning and things like that, for the simple fact that I know a lot of people like different flavors and like their seasonings, and they like knowing that everything is technically all natural, that there's not a lot of preservatives and things. And I want to make sure of that as well. I want to know what is in my product.
Oh yeah.
And
I tell you, when she made that rub, she hit a home run.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would love to be able to make a
jar didn't last me a day.
I know, I saw that.
I told you I was going to use it on the brisket, and I barely made it through the brisket.
Yeah. Hey, Susquehanna Stan. Hey, Arrowhead Lee.
Hi, Stan. Hi, Arrowhead. And it worked good on the brisket, but I'm curious what it'd do to a turkey when I spatchcock it and smoke it.
I know what it will do with chicken, so I can imagine what it will do with turkey.
It's like I've said about it. It brings out the natural flavor of foods. It don't matter if it's meat or veggie. So it should do it good.
Yeah. I love it.
You guys are gonna have to when I can find a whole turkey that I can spatchcock.
Yeah.
You'll see how I'm gonna do it.
I will definitely be watching the video. That's for sure. It's like last year I did a turkey I did chicken for Thanksgiving because I didn't want to go to the expense of buying a big turkey. This year, I think, if it's all possible, I might get a big turkey and go ahead and cook one in my roaster just to show how I cook a turkey for Thanksgiving. But that's going to be something that if I do, it's going to be stripped from the bone and, like I said, frozen for a while because I can't eat a lot of it.
Yeah, like that spritz I make. It has no vinegar in it whatsoever.
Oh wow.
Had no
It
what?
only has lime juice, lemon juice, apple juice, and wine.
Oh wow.
And that's
Well,
all it is.
yeah, the lime juice and lemon juice would be all the acidity you would need to take the place of the vinegar. So
Right.
yeah, so that's
But
understandable. Yeah.
it's a natural vitamin C too, so
Yeah. Yeah. And
and I like the apple juice because it also gives a hint of flavor to it. And the wine
yeah,
helps tenderize it, so
so that would work good. Well, that's like my backbite barbecue sauce that I make. So many barbecue sauces I have seen that people make, they put sugar in, brown sugar or cane sugar
right.
or regular sugar. Mine has no sugar in it other than what is in the ketchup that I
And
use.
it's got a sweet flavor.
Yeah, I use ketchup in mine instead of cooking the tomatoes and stuff down. So whatever sweetener is in that ketchup is all the sweetener that is in my barbecue sauce. I don't add extra. And that's simply because as a diabetic, I try to not to use as much sugar.
Right.
And that's why I try to come up with my own cake recipes and my own desserts and things that I can cut back on the sugar on. Because if I go with a recipe that has a full amount of sugar, whatever, I don't eat as much of it.
No.
Piggy winds up eating all the desserts pretty much. I eat a few, but not many.
I know. Terrible job. Somebody got to do it.
Aileen, are you using the ketchup as a main base or what?
It is. I actually have one that has mustard as a main base. I don't make it very much, but
What
my backbite has ketchup as a main base. And I try to find the low sugar or no sugar ketchup. They have some out there that's made with honey. And I found
I got an idea for you that could probably help you replace the ketchup that has a lot of sugar in it.
yeah,
And that's
that,
using tomato sauce for the
yeah,
base instead of
that,
ketchup.
yeah.
Use tomato sauce and molasses if you want a hint of sweetness.
I actually do have some molasses. And I actually have a lot of honey too. So I know honey you can substitute for sugar and you can use less of it.
Right. Because
That's a good idea.
molasses is going to give you the color. The honey's going
Yeah,
to give you a hint of sweetness, but the tomato already has sugar in it, which
right,
is natural.
right.
That's
And you
pretty
just
good.
cook it down to the thickness you want.
Okay.
Then you just add your seasonings.
I'm going to try that. I'm going to try that.
Because that's how I make my barbecue sauces. I use tomato sauce, maple syrup, a touch of honey. If I don't have honey, I will use brown sugar, but I won't use a lot of it
right.
because the tomatoes have enough sweetness to it. Then I'll add my garlic, my seasonings to it, and everything else, and put it in a pot and just let it cook down. Hello,
Hey,
Maurice
Maurice.
Mason.
Yeah, I
And
mean, that's a great idea. I mean, I've thought about doing that, but I've always used the ketchup for some reason. I guess because I've always had it. But
well,
I'm
you
going
can
to
get
try
a
that one.
can of tomato sauce and tomato paste out of the grocery store for under a couple of bucks, and
Oh
right
yeah,
there's your two key ingredients.
yeah. Well, one of the grocery stores I shop at, UGO, they are actually it's a grocery outlet. They usually have the canned stuff way lower than a lot of other places, and I can get them for practically nothing at most of the time. Not always, but most of the time. So I'm going to check into that and try that instead of the ketchup and see how it turns out. And it might turn out better than the way it sounds.
Oh, once you get it done right, and once you get the recipes right, it'll
Yeah.
come out really good.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
Michelle, I said molasses in the barbecue sauce. It's a natural molasses that you want that comes out of the tree that's
Yeah.
cooked. It's not the second-rate molasses that you find as in pancake syrup.
Right. I actually, like I said, have a jar of pure molasses in there that,
Right.
and I use it very sparingly because it is
I
sweet.
use a natural molasses like you do because it's really good and
Yeah.
it has its own flavor.
Hey, Mike Irvin.
Hello, Mike.
But yeah,
And it does what it's supposed to do, and it has its own. I think it balances everything out.
It does. I like to add it to oatmeal. I'll take sometimes and I'll cook oatmeal. Piggy likes his oats with just butter and sugar. And sometimes he likes me to jazz them up. And if I jazz them up, I'll put, instead of white sugar, I use a touch of brown sugar, a lot of butter. I love butter, y'all. A little bit of molasses and a little bit of cinnamon, and mix it all together. And like basically, they flavored. But I can't eat oats much anymore. They really mess me up. They cause me to have sugar highs, so I don't eat them much.
There's mini sweet peppers I showed this morning on the video.
I love those things.
Those things, I mean, you grill them things.
Yeah.
Oh, they get sweet real quick, and they're naturally sweet.
Yeah.
I don't take the seeds out. I just let them cook the way they are, and just when they're done, I pop off the seeds and eat them.
Yeah, I like to take the seeds out and put cream cheese in them and just throw them on the grill.
Oh yeah, that's good too.
Yeah.
Fill them with cream cheese and bacon bits inside.
Yeah, those are so good that way. Piggy has a question, and this is for all the fishermen. We had the fish I was talking about we had earlier. It was given to us. Now, I know I was given some trout, I was given some crappie, and I was given this other type of fish. I don't know what it is. Like I said in my video, I heard fish and I heard free, and that was all I heard other than trout and crappie. I know it's not trout because all of the trout is marked as trout. The other packages have like a T on them. I don't know what that other T could be for it, but these packs that I cooked tonight had a GT on them. I don't know of any fish with the initials GT.
I know GT. They just got to think of it.
I mean, it could be an ocean fish or it could be a freshwater fish. I don't know because
it's not a freshwater fish.
Yeah.
This is an ocean fish.
Yeah. Like I said, he fishes off the coast of Florida down there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's in the grouper family.
Okay. I love grouper.
That. It's a grouper family fish.
Okay. But that was all that was on it. Didn't even have the date; it just had GT on it, and I'm like, okay.
The fillets were a little thick.
Yeah, they were thick.
Yeah,
I showed
it like that long.
Oh yeah, the fillet is like, let me get it. Yeah, like this long, or better.
Yeah, those are groupers.
Yeah, and kind of thick.
Sandy toes.
I know it's a white fish. Hey, Sandy.
Yeah, groupers are a really white fillets, and they can get really thick.
Well, these were probably a good, well, I don't know if y'all can see that, about like that right there on thickness.
Yeah, someone played them up 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. And he tends, when he fillets them, he does tend to fillet them out quite a bit. But you could tell it had been filleted or cut in half at least. But it was so good. And I'm like, I'll take more of that any day. But
you see, once you get a thick fillets like that off a grouper, you can take a knife and just flay them thinner and thinner.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like had been done.
Yeah. And
Arrowhead wants to know, what were the trout? Spotted sea trout or freshwater trout?
No idea.
It would probably be sea trout because the majority of the fish that we get from him is from the Gulf Coast, off the coast of Florida.
They're probably sea trout, spotted sea trout.
Yeah, it's Piggy's stepdad. He owns some property in Florida, and he owns a boat down there that he and friends of his go out on. And
it's a pretty good sized boat. Several years ago, it cost $2,000 to fill it up.
Yeah, and they go together. Yeah, but when he goes with his friends and everything, they take turns on keeping the fish they catch. One trip, he'll keep all the fish. The next trip, the other person will keep all the fish. So his freezer is constantly full of fish. And so Piggy's mom will go through and pick out the fish and give it to us. And that's how I get the fish, is from them.
Arrowhead, giant trevally is also another point in the grouper family too. So,
okay,
what's that?
It's called giant trevally,
which is also in the grouper family.
Yeah, it's in the group. That might be what it is, because when she was telling me what they were, like I said, I'd never heard of the one. And like I said, I heard free fish, and that was what I focused on. I was like, I'll take whatever you want to give me on that. And she's like, you want trout too? And I'm like, yeah, I'll eat trout. I'll eat crappie. I'll eat bluegill. I'll eat whatever fish I can get my hands on. I'm not picky.
Be cooked tonight.
The next big catfish I catch, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to skin it. I'm going to flay it. Yeah. And I'm going to put it in the smoker and smoke it.
Oh, that sounds so good. That does.
I got a recipe all ready for catfish, smoked catfish.
Yeah.
But I need the catfish. I won't keep the belly meat. I won't keep the head meat. I won't keep all the fillets. And just pat it dry, put the seasonings on it, and just set it in the smoker and let it go.
That's what I did. Now, see, my mom was the fisherman, and she would catch the bluegill, the crappie, whatever, because she would do pond fishing and stuff. And she'd bring them home, and she's the one that taught me how to clean fish. Now, I've never had the patience to sit and catch fish, but I can clean a fish. I can cook a fish. I can eat a fish. And through her, I learned how to appreciate anything that was caught and given to you. And so I'm one of those people that I'm not going to turn down any type of fish. I mean, I don't know what all the best fish are to eat. I just know I like fish. And, if you can cook it and eat it, that's, the best way to do it.
Yeah.
And same, I love lemon butter baked fish. That is so good.
When I'm done cleaning a fish of all of its meat, I've taken out almost 99% of the meat, and there's nothing left but bones.
Right.
There ain't much left in that catfish.
Well, I mean, that's the way it should be done. If you're going to go to the trouble to catch something and keep it and utilize it, then utilize every part that can be utilized. You don't throw away good food.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know this, but on the head of a catfish, you got a lot of good meat there that you still haven't taken out and cleaned.
Yeah.
Both on top of the head and on the bottom where the jowls are, where
right.
the bottom jaw is.
And see, that's something I didn't know until we started watching everyone here in the fish community and the ones that talk about it. There's not a lot of them don't talk about it, but like you talk about, what you can use on it. And that actually helps me to know that, hey, there is more usable food on a fish.
Mm-hmm.
And, I've talked about when I lived in Kentucky, my granddad, we used to live right across the road from a meat market, meat shop. And my granddad went across the road one day, and he talked to Mike, the owner's son, and he asked him if he had any hogs heads, because they butchered or they had cut up the hogs and everything. And he told him, he said, yeah. He said, normally we get them in, we toss them because nobody wants them. And they sold him. I think Poppy paid less than $5 for this big old hog head. And Mike was good enough to cut it in half for him, wrap it up. And Poppy took it to the house, and he had Mama put it, season it and everything, put it in the oven and bake it. And they sat there and they ate the meat, the jaws off the cheeks and the tongue, all that was edible. I didn't eat it because I was working and wasn't at home. But it goes to show, it's not just the hams, the pork chops, and everything else. There's so much more that you can eat off of that.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff on a pig you can eat.
Yeah.
That people don't even know about.
Yeah, it's like my mom. She would do the pig's ears and pig's tails. She would take them and she would boil them until they were good and tender.
I found a way to take a pig's ear. You can flay it open.
Yeah.
And take out the fat out of it and leave the meat in there and cook it like a pork rind.
Oh, wow. Well, see, I just know my mom would boil them and they would get real tender. And she and my granddad would eat them with hot sauce.
Oh, yeah.
And like I said, pigtail the same way, that she would boil it and it would be really tender. And I grew up in the South. So, I've heard of pickled pig's feet and things like that. And that was something you see on every bar counter,
Right.
or liquor store counter was pickled pig feet and pickled eggs. And I love pickled eggs. But
Maurice Gason says catfish head soup is great.
and see, now I've heard of fish head soup, but not catfish head soup, because I know in Asian cultures, fish head soup is a very popular dish. And
Basically, all you're doing is just skinning the catfish and taking the eyeballs out and just taking out the gills. Take out the gills, skin the head, skin the bottom, take out the eyes and throw it in the pot and just cook it.
Yeah. And that makes sense, because like I said, I like to try new things. I love learning new things about cooking, and I'm very adventurous with the foods. I know there's a lot of people out there that won't eat chitlins. Growing up, I used to watch this guy called Grady Reeves on TV, and he would talk about eating fried chitlins. And I was like, at the time, I didn't know what they were. I was like 6 or 7 years old. And I asked Mama, I said, Mama, what's chitlins? And she said, you don't want them. I'm like, well, what is it? She said, you don't want them. Don't worry about it. I'm like, okay. But I always heard about fried chitlins. And I always wanted to try them. And I have never tried fried ones yet. I have tried boiled chitlins. I will admit it's not my favorite food. But if somebody offered me some to eat, I would not turn them down as long as I have a bottle of hot sauce.
Me, I always take, every time I used to butcher pigs for people, I'd keep the skin. I'd shave the hair off of it, shave the skin down, do the same thing on the inside, cut them up into chunks.
Oh, man.
And deep fry them.
That is the best stuff in the world.
That is the best tasting stuff you can get.
Yeah. Fried pork skin, cracklings, whatever you want to call it. That is the best.
Cracklings, chitlins, whatever you want to call it. That's what it is.
Well, in the South, chitlins, down here where I'm at, chitlins is the intestines.
Right.
It's from the, on the inside. The actual skin, we call either chicharrones or pig skin or fried pork skins,
right,
or not chitlins, but cracklings. And so I was asking the chitlins, which were the inner parts.
Right, then large and small intestines.
Yeah, and that's what my mama was telling me. You don't want. And, well, I've eaten them. It's not. I mean, it's just whatever culture you're from, and you get used to eating things. So I can't put down anybody on what they eat.
But see, I've done chitlins before.
Hey, Rooster.
People, and I've taken the large and small intestines, turned them inside out, and cleaned them, and got them to where there's cookable. Then I put them in a marinade and let them sit in there for a couple of days. Take them out, chop them up, throw them in the fryer.
Yeah.
I tell you what, they come out of that fryer, and you had people sitting there waiting for them to come out.
Yeah. People don't realize, it's all about how you, first of all, if you are processing an animal, it's how you clean it.
Right.
It's how you go about it. If it's not cleaned properly, you're not going to have a great flavor.
No.
But if things are cleaned properly, you can eat just about anything.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
the chitlins are just like catfish. It's not a matter of the size of the fish or the size of the animal. It's how you clean it is how it's going to come out and taste.
Yeah. That's it right there. It's all about the preparation of the food. And that's a large part of it right there. So, and I think I saw where Sandy Toes asked what a chitlin was. Well, Sandy Toes in our area.
She finally figured it out.
Oh, you figured it out? Okay.
She's called chitterlings.
Sandy Toe chitlins are the intestines of a pig or an animal.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I can't pronounce words. Yeah, I don't pronounce words the way everybody else does.
I've just always heard them called chitlins.
Michelle says, no thanks on the chitlins.
And that's my whole thing. I tell everybody, to eat your own. You eat what you like to eat. I eat what I like to eat. I just try to introduce you to some of the new things that I like.
And it sounds kind of like in reference to where it comes from.
I've taken the intestines, and after I cleaned them out, then turned around and made sausage with it and stuffed it inside the intestines.
Yeah. Now, see, I've heard people doing that, and I've heard of people taking and stuffing sausage in sheep's intestines and wrapping sausage in the pork caul.
Right.
And something you're thinking, well, what's the difference? Why can't you eat all these different things? Why is there such a stigma to eating different things?
Because some people have tried it and they made a bad choice about it, so they downgraded it because they didn't know how to clean it right.
Yeah. And that's what I kind of got to in my mind, was that they had a bad experience. And so because of one bad experience, they have knocked it to everybody else and tried to get others not to eat it as well.
It's all in how anything is prepared.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was very blessed when I lived in Kentucky. When I lived there, at this particular time, I worked in a convenience store. I was the manager, and it was like every other year I worked one of the different holidays. One year I would work Thanksgiving and be off Christmas. The next year I would work Christmas and be off Thanksgiving. This particular year I was working Thanksgiving, and one of my regular customers come in, and she cooked for a living. She had been cooking, oh my gosh, I guess close to 50 years. And she worked for a doctor doing his housekeeping and cooking. And she found out I was going to be working, and she asked me if I would like a Thanksgiving plate. And I'm like, sure, because I knew she was an excellent cook. And, I'm not trying to be racist and all that, but she was an old Southern black lady. And I'm sorry, old Southern black women can cook. You don't turn down food from those ladies. They can cook. And she was telling me all the different things that they were preparing. And she said, oh, and we're having chitlins and collard greens. And I'm sitting here, okay. And she said, would you like to try some chitlins? And I told her, I said, I would like to try them, but don't give me more than 2 or 3 small pieces, because I don't want to waste it if I don't like it. And
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I said, she just smiled. She said, she said most people would have said they'd tried it and just piled my plate up with it and then threw it all away. She said, I like your attitude. I said, if you don't like it, then you're not wasting it. But if you do like it, at least you've had some to try. And
Everyone wants to know where this Dutch apple pie is.
Well, Aaron, those apples are still in there waiting to be peeled and cored and all that other good stuff going on. I'll have to get that made.
I just wash you outside, slice them up and dice them up and throw them in the pie, skin and all, except for the seeds.
But these are little bitty apples. I mean, some of them are like little bitty and some are good size, that come off our neighbor's apple tree. And they've got places you literally have to cut out of them.
Sandy Toes there, run, take a ticket. I'm at the front of the line.
And I'm using the peel and the cores to make apple jelly. I've got a recipe for that, and I'm wanting some apple jelly. And the first time I made the apple jelly, I wound up with apple syrup because I either didn't cook it long enough or something. But this time I've got me some Sure Gel to make sure that I have apple jelly. But it's a case of I've been wanting apple jelly, homemade apple jelly like my granny made for years. And I'm going to make some of that. That's why I'm using the peel, and I've got to peel the apples. But other than that, you just cut them apples up and throw them in the...
Michelle, your last video you did out with basil that you pre-frozen and pre-packaged. I love that video. And thank you, Catfish Pot Pappy, for the super chat.
I was reading Catfish and Poppy too. I had to look again.
I look at there talking to Sandy. He said, don't make me fly to the down under.
Yeah, Michelle, that was an awesome video. I loved it. I did.
That last ice cream you made, I don't think I would eat it.
Oh, her jalapeno ice cream?
Jalapeno bacon bits ice cream.
I would. That's it. Oh man, that looks so good. But I
don't know if I'd eat it, but I'd definitely I'd sample it and see if I like it.
Yeah. Well, I've got half a case of hot pepper jelly that I made 2 years ago. It's made with bell peppers and jalapeno peppers. And so having my own pepper jelly, yeah, I would definitely eat that.
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff.
I believe I have a small, tiny jar of habanero pepper jelly in my pantry I have left.
Might have to give you a sample of that. Let you try it.
Yeah, on mine, I mean, it's
Which
not
one?
real thick. I made it to where it could be pourable over cream cheese because I like my pepper jelly over cream cheese with crackers.
LG Bass, you're one lucky man because you got a woman that can throw some food down.
I tell you, he is. Uh,
Oh, I know it.
Tom and Scott Swift both are very lucky men because Michelle and Miss Joy can both cook. I tell you.
Well, I tell you what, I think I've been making Michelle hungry the last 2 weekends.
I know you have with me all this cooking, and oh man, I always sitting there, but people would think I had a water fountain attached to my mouth. Be drooling.
Same here. You be making some good stuff.
You know, and that's what it's all about. You know, if you're going to cook what you like. Cook what tastes.
I can cook everything or anything,
Yeah.
but when the weather starts getting colder, I won't be making my famous chicken and dumplings.
Oh wow!
Because the last 4 or 5 parties I went to that I made this there at the party in a 5-gallon aluminum pot.
Yeah.
I made a full 5-gallon aluminum pot of it, and it didn't last 5 minutes.
Oh wow!
That big 5-gallon aluminum pot was gone in less than 4 minutes.
I can make chicken and dumplings like my mama and my granny made. And what's funny is my granny made her chicken and dumplings. She made her own dumpling mix up, and she rolled it out and cut it out. She used all-purpose flour. My mom made the fluffy dumplings with the self-rising flour, and instead of cutting them out, she would do the drop dumpling method. So I make them both ways.
Sandy Toe said something about roux with a spicy barbecue rub on the grill.
Yeah. But
that actually sounds interesting.
But
yes, and I do a roux on the grill. I can make a roux on the grill.
I think she's talking about kangaroo.
Yeah.
Oh, kangaroo? If I had a kangaroo, I'd put it on the grill and cook it and try it.
Try
if I had a Barbie, I'd put. Well, I'm backing off on that one. I ain't gonna say what I was thinking about Barbie. Never mind.
You know, Michelle, that would be awesome. I would love to.
Sandy almost had me step in on that one.
Yeah, I'd love to be able to get together with you and Joy and some of these other great cooks and just have a
just
potluck.
Me, you, and Michelle getting together and just
that would be awesome.
Cooking or grilling.
We got a few ladies and Avid and a few others together cooking the way y'all can cook. We need probably a couple of thousand people there to be able to eat it all.
Hey, let's not forget Mike Chavez.
Mike Chavez, okay.
Yeah, he cooks. He has a YouTube channel.
Okay. I don't know who all the cooks are. I know, I see some cooking videos occasionally on some of the channels, and
that's just it. I'm just saying, if we got all the good cooks that we know of together, we'd have to have at least a couple of thousand people there to eat it all.
Oh yeah, that's something I would love to do someday. When everything works out for me and Piggy's, where everybody that's in like a certain area or could travel to a certain area get together and maybe have a cook-off or have a potluck. Or have an area where they have kitchens that people can come in and cook and do things.
I'll bring my smoker.
Yeah, I mean, things like that.
I'll bring my smoker and my propane grill.
As long as we have electricity, I have equipment will travel. I've got, a portable cooktop. I've got a portable griddle. I've got a George Foreman that I cook on. I've got portable ovens that I can use and carry with me. As long as I have electricity, I can carry my stuff with me if I have to. And that's for me, the whole thing is getting together and making different things. And because I have done this since I was little. As a kid, my mom and dad, we would go to family get-togethers, and every family would cook so many dishes. You know, they didn't have a set dish that they would cook. It's just whatever you want to bring, you bring. And my mom would cook a lot of different dishes and take. And that's how I was introduced to barbecued rabbit and deer meat and other things like that. It's through these get-togethers because some of them were hunters and some were fishermen, and it was just people cooking what they knew to cook. And that's how I love to eat when I go to a get-together, is have everybody cooking and bringing different dishes. It's so much fun.
I love making my own homemade spaghetti sauce and Alfredo sauce too.
Hey, Sampy, I see
love
that one.
making my own sauces from scratch, especially my tomato sauces and my spaghetti sauces.
Carmel,
Those take hours to make. Those aren't something you just rush through them.
Yeah, I mean, those are things that have to sit and simmer all day for hours. Hey, Carmel. I hope I said that.
To get a really good spaghetti sauce, I found 7 hours to 8 hours would be a good time limit to get it cooked done just right. But you got to have it on a low heat after you get it cooking, to where it ain't going to burn.
Yeah. Hi, Darren. Yeah, I mean that's me. I'm lucky to have my cooktop that I can adjust to where it will cook on like 1 or 2, and it's a very low cook, and it'll just sit and simmer forever as long as you stir it. But
any good sauce, you have to stir it.
Yeah, definitely. That's like with anything. You don't stir it, it's gonna burn. I'm sorry, I'm reading comments. Yeah, I'm not trying to ignore anybody.
I'm not trying to ignore them. I'm trying to catch them as they come in.
Yeah.
For everybody that's coming in or in here, if you do not have Aileen and Piggy, please go to the links that I have pinned top of chat and show them some love. Watch some of their videos, leave a comment, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. Let's get
everybody's
up
welcome.
to 500 and Piggy up to 200.
Yeah, I'm really pushing to get my community tab. I share the videos I can out on Facebook and on our group page and on my channel Facebook page and Piggy's page. It's
we don't mind anybody coming on in.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah, anybody.
They like good cooking, and then on hers and on mine, they don't mind watching a short fat old man that's having a little fun. You know, hey, come on.
Yeah, it's a case of,
I don't care if you're the purple people eater.
Yeah, if y'all are on Facebook, we have a group that's called Alyne and HGP. Welcome to our kitchen. Anybody can join. Anybody can post their channel links or their videos. You know, the only thing I ask is just don't spam me with about 10 or 15 videos in a day. But yeah, if you have a video coming out that day or you got a live upcoming, you can join the group. You can post it and share. I have a page called Alyne Welcome to My Kitchen. It has my Facebook. It has my shop on it. It has my rubs listed. It has my aprons listed. I'm going to be putting up Piggy's crochet work on there for his hot pads and placemats and stuff that he does. And then Piggy has a page. It's called HGP. What is it called, Piggy?
Happy Guinea Pig Eats Again.
Yeah, Happy Guinea Pig Eats Again. Yeah, I have so much floating in my head I can't remember. But, you know, y'all are welcome to come and post on those pages as well. That's how I share out everybody's videos, because I don't have my community tab right now. And once I get my community tab, I'll be able to share out more.
We lost one to food. We made Aaron hungry. He wanted to go make a taco salad.
Oh, that sounds good. Good night, Aaron. But yeah, and you know, I'm one of these. I love sharing out other videos. I love sharing out other channels. I want people to be able to experience the great videos that I have found and the great channels that I found. So I try to share out, and you know, I don't know if everybody knows. Those that aren't into my channel, But on Saturday nights, I do a live. It's every Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. It's called Saturday Talks Live. And I have started doing what I call open panel. And that just means that anybody that wants to come up on panel to promote their channel or promote someone else's channel, you're welcome to do so. And, I have no problem with that. I also do weird food trivia and weird food facts on my channel. We have fun. And, that's what, and my thing about my channel on that for the live is whether or not you are subscribed to me, I don't care. If you want to come up and promote your channel and you are in my live, you're welcome to come up and promote your channel. I don't care if you're subscribed to me or not. As long as you are in my live and participating, you're welcome on my panel. And, I hope everybody understands, I'm not trying to be mean or ugly because I'm not. I'm trying to be helpful to get out other channels.
Right.
And, I've had channels that have never been on a live come up, and I thought that was so nice. Well, get up here.
And on this channel, you know what I do. I always bring up news, smaller channels and help bring them up and get them out there and support them.
That's it. And, and that's a lot of what, I'm wanting, because the channels that I brought up, I've had one that has well more than me, but I was her very first live. And I don't know if you know her. It's Rita's Roast. She's hilarious. I love her. And she's pushing to get to 10,000, and she's doing a giveaway of a quilt that she made. And it's beautiful. And, hey, I was all for showing her quilt on there. Not a problem. And then we had another, some other channels that's got like less than 50 subscribers come up and, talk about their channel and why they started their channel. And that's what I'm trying to do, because I've had so many helping me to grow my channel that I want to be one of those to help others grow theirs and, get them out to others who can see them, check them out. And, I do this a lot. I check out a lot of channels that others promote simply because they're promoting them. Do I subscribe to all the channels I check out? No. Why? Because I may not be interested in that particular topic. And if I'm not interested in the topic, more than likely I'm not going to be watching the videos or be interested in the videos. And I don't want to give someone a false sense of having done something and then wondering where this person has gone or why I'm losing a subscriber. So I try to be honest about what I do and who I subscribe to. And everybody that I have subscribed to, I love their videos. I might not get to watch them all the time, but I do go back and catch up on them as I can.
Darren Gray, it's glad to have you in this community and glad you started the YouTube channel. But do it at your own pace and do a video of something you love and something you like.
Yes.
And be you. Just be you in the videos.
That's it.
Don't worry about what other people think of you. Just be yourself.
If you are enjoying,
you'll go a long way on that.
Yeah. If you are enjoying what you do,
there's going to be folks that love you and folks that don't. Those that do, great. Those that don't matter no how.
That's it.
Exactly, Piggy.
But if you enjoy what you're doing, doesn't matter. People will know that you are enjoying it, and they will tend to like you and tend to like what you're doing. If you do not enjoy what you are doing, people can tell, and they're not going to want to watch you.
No.
That's the number one thing right there. Enjoy what you do.
Uh-huh.
And as long as you're having fun and enjoying it, it doesn't matter about the rest. You enjoy it.
It's kind of like saying, if you can laugh at yourself, other people will laugh with you.
I quit doing cooking videos a while back, and because I didn't think anybody liked watching them, and all of a sudden you, Joy, and a few other people asked me when I was going to do them again. I'm like, okay, there's something there. Someone liked them.
Yeah.
So I got back. I just started doing them again.
Oh, it was one of the people that come in, Catfish Pappy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That threw Piggy right there.
I was wondering if it was another.
That's okay, Danny. I understand.
Yeah,
Do what you can.
And, well, that's the amazing thing right there. You're quadriplegic, but you're still finding ways to do things.
Yeah.
I mean, that just blows me away.
That
Well,
blows me away.
Yeah, it's like Troy. Troy's in a wheelchair, and
Right.
that man is amazing
He is.
at what he does. So
That's good that he's even doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shows that you haven't accepted your condition. You're like, okay, so that happened. What can I do with it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, keep going. And
that's what I did with the nerve damage when I got hit.
Yeah.
And you worse off than me. I mean, shoot, I shoot my hats off to you.
That's it right there.
My hat's off to him too, because like you said, he's a quadriplegic. He cooks, he barbecues.
And that just amazes me.
Yeah, that amazes me as well, because
that's inspiring as all get out.
I'm their hats off to you. I give you one of these, yes.
I'll give you a big old former jar head.
Yeah. So
that's amazing that he does that.
Yeah, you do what you can in life, and that's something I learned when I was taking care of my mom.
I won't tell you what my DIs would have said on that. It's not channel appropriate.
Right. But I learned taking care of my mom.
It's not family friendly, huh?
Right. Yeah.
Oh no.
You have to keep doing whatever you can, because if you stop doing, you just stop.
That's it.
Right.
Even if it's the small stuff, you do what you can do, because once you stop doing, you're over. It's done. And my mom had severe health issues. She couldn't really get around. She was on oxygen. She had heart problems, diabetes. She had lung problems, was on oxygen.
Oh, wow.
And had to use a walker to walk around. She couldn't do a lot.
Wow.
But she forced herself to still do.
I drive.
Drive and live at home.
That is amazing. I drive and live at home. I used to drive derby cars and load trains. I live in a house that I built 5 years ago before the accident.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
That is amazing.
I'm telling you.
That
and you're still able to get up, move around, and cook and barbecue and take care of yourself.
Yeah.
He is proof to folks out there that are dealing with that situation that you don't have to give up.
That's it.
Exactly.
Just keep on pushing through and keep on doing, even if it's just one little thing each day. Do
That's
something.
It.
Yeah, and he still hasn't finished all the sheetrock in the house.
Oh, wow.
This dude's amazing.
Yeah.
This guy is, man, I want to see those videos that you do, Danny or Darren.
Yeah, I'm going to have to check him out.
Yeah. You're going to have to, we're going to have to.
If I can get a mod to post his link in chat, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, because anybody get hit like that and still get back up and do something, I'm going to tell you what, he's going to be worth checking out.
Can I get one of my mods to post Darren Gray's link in chat? Please, can I get my mod to post his links?
Oh, my nose is stitching.
Yeah, his link needs to be shared far and wide.
Yeah.
I wants to do something here.
Let me do this. I'm going to mute myself for a minute, Avid, so I can pull that up and do that.
All right, thank you.
You're
I should have some mods in here that can help post links, I think. Thank you, Tom. LG Bass got it. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Aileen.
You're welcome. About the time you said Tom had it, I was putting it in. So
I know Tom's in here. He'll do it real quick.
Yeah.
Darren, this is what we do. This is what my channel does.
Yeah.
We encourage people to do what they want on their videos at the pace they can do it.
Yes.
We need to get him and Mike Fish home too, and get that ball rolling.
Yeah.
I'm gonna message Mike and I'm gonna send him the link as well.
Yeah. That. Thank you. Yeah.
And
Piggy's got it. And I'll get it from Piggy. So, but yeah, that's something else.
And I will send it to Mike in the Messenger, along with a link.
Yeah.
And I'll give him the details of it.
Yeah.
That's gonna blow Mike away.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, Darren, that's what it's all
about. Have him
about.
come back and watch it live too, to where he can see it.
Yeah.
Right.
I tell you, Darren, this community is probably one of the best communities out there, and it's just like everybody helps everybody, and it's all about helping each other grow. And because even though we all may have a similar channel, whether mine is cooking or whatever, but and some of the fishing channels.
Read what Sandy said. We find new friends.
Yeah, we do find new friends, but mine aren't just friends. Mine are family.
The rest of it.
And stalk them. That's what we do.
Like a pack.
Yeah, but
Mike knows me enough that if I send him a link to a person's channel and give him the info on it,
yeah,
there's a reason behind it.
Yeah, well, that's me. If he knows if I send him one, because I'm not one to just send out links to people, but he knows if I send him a link, it's because it's a good channel and it's somebody I want him to check out, and that's why I said I don't mind sharing out channels that I think, as far as being mods and helping out people, that's what you do. In my live, I want people to do that. I want people to drop links and get connected, because I have a lot that watch my videos, that come into my lives, that do not have channels. They are watchers. They are not content creators.
Right.
And I try to get out other videos and channels to them, because I know there's some that comes to watch me. They are interested in food. They're interested in canning. They're interested in fishing. They're interested in sewing. So I have that whole gamut of things and different people coming in from different areas of YouTube.
You see what Sandy said?
You never know.
You see what Sandy said?
Yeah, you know who one of us. There's no escaping.
You're stuck. There's no way of getting out now.
Darren, God works in mysterious ways. He really does.
No, they're not mysterious.
Well, he works in ways that...
He works in ways we might not can understand, but they're not mysterious.
Yeah.
Darren, I also do a catfishing. This is a catfishing channel, but it's also cooking.
Yeah.
And I do support all kinds of small channels, so you're stuck now. You're in the catfishing cooking community.
Yeah. And I'm a cooking channel, but I'm also basically I would say an entertainment channel, because me and Piggy tend to keep people laughing, I think, as much as they pay attention to the food. Sometimes the food's really good, but the laughter's usually always better.
Hey, Sean, the Catfish Heroes.
Darren, great. He needs to watch Troy, see what Troy does to satisfy that
Fishing. Hunting. Yeah.
Troy does a lot of gaming to do fishing and hunting.
Yeah, Troy is Real and Virtual Outdoors is his channel name, and he does.
He does a lot of gaming.
Yeah, he does a lot of gaming, and I know he actually does real fishing too.
He does fly some ties, and he does go fishing from time to time.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all two might could get together and discuss things, and he might can help you out, figure out some stuff.
Hey, Catfish Heroes.
Hey, 252, how you doing?
Fishing Local 252, how you do?
As Mr.
Okay,
Douglas,
Piggy.
252.
I got a question for you.
Okay.
What's your favorite dish that Aileen makes?
Oh my God.
You can't say everything. It has to be one.
Let me put that question in perspective for you. You go to a buffet, and everything there is totally top notch, and then you get told you can only choose one.
Uh-huh.
Could you do it?
If I had to.
Yes. Reluctantly, I'd have to say yes. But I may regret it later.
I think I know. It's between one of two things. I would think would be his favorite. Georgette's chicken casserole that I make.
That'd be one.
Or my cheesecake.
Cheesecake, no, that's a dessert. That wouldn't count.
Okay, so cheesecake doesn't count. Okay.
Darn it.
So, okay, we'll say Georgette's chicken casserole. Man, that stuff's good.
Hello, Art.
Or biscuits and gravy.
My biscuits and gravy. Okay. Those two would be probably his two all-time favorite. And consider
first time she made Georgette's chicken casserole for me, I ate over half the pan by myself.
Yeah, I made a 9x13 dish of this chicken casserole. I got one serving of it, and Piggy ate the rest. If that tells y'all anything.
That's how good it was.
Yeah, but how big a serving did you get?
Me? Well, you figure maybe, just a serving size. A good, those big serving spoons you see at cafeterias and restaurants? I had probably one of those full. That was it.
Damn.
Out of a 9x13 pan.
Out of a 9x13 pan. That was all I got.
Hey,
but
Wildcat Riggs.
Hey, Art.
Thanks,
hey, Wildcat.
Tom.
Yeah. But, I thought the chicken casserole, I got to thinking biscuits and gravy is his all-time favorite food.
No, that ain't why I'm called Piggy.
No, he got the name.
Question. Did he take the rest of the pan and set it in front of him and just eat it?
No, he just kept scooping it out and putting more on his plate. And before we realized it was gone. And that's what was so funny about it. We had only been together or living together probably about a month or so. And I fixed it, and I fixed that, and I think I fixed green beans and other things to go with it. But he demolished that casserole. And the first time I fixed him biscuits and gravy, he demolished over half a pan of biscuits by himself.
They were that good. And they weren't her best at the time.
No, they're nowhere near as good as I make them now.
And at Art OTFC, reason I'm called Piggy is because on Alyne's channel, I am the happy guinea pigs used to be what got tested on. So an experiment. I'm happy about it.
Yeah.
Avid one night asked Alyne, "Where's Piggy?" Hello, here I am.
Here's Piggy. So Avid named Piggy. Hey, Carolina Real Screamers.
Hey, Jamie and Rebecca. That's Carolina Real Screamers, Jamie and Rebecca.
Okay, I know some people by name, and I know I've heard their names before. It's so hard for me to remember everybody's names.
I've had them both up on as guests here once.
Yeah.
I'm going to have them back up here again because they're just blowing up. I mean, they're just going like crazy now, growing.
Oh man, I truly enjoy my channel. I enjoy
your channel. I enjoy Piggy's channel.
I laugh at Piggy. I go through edit his videos out, and I laugh, and he'll look over at me and say, "What you laughing at?" I said, "I'm editing videos," and but not only that, I enjoy the other channels that I watch. I enjoy the lives. I don't get in as many lives as I would like to because, as I said, I do all the editing for my channel. I do all the editing for Piggy's channel. I do the content for my own channel as far as coming up with the recipes I'm going to cook and what I'm going to do. And I'm trying to put together a recipe book, and so I'm catching things, and I might drop into a live for a few minutes and say hi and give a thumbs up. And I'm only in there for 5 minutes. If sometimes I'm in there for 10, 20 minutes, sometimes I'm in there for the whole thing. It just depends on how busy I am.
Yeah.
But I try to drop in, and whether I say anything or not, a lot of times I'll drop in for a few minutes, pop that thumbs up, listen for a few minutes, and then I'll go,
Darren, you got it right, my friend. You come here,
your family.
you become family.
That's it. But yeah, I have so much, and I've got my signature dishes that I'm doing. I don't know if everybody has seen those. It is my YouTube signature dishes. It was recommended on Backwoods Mindsets live one night by Gary from Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors. He suggested that I do a signature dish for YouTube channels. And I took that and I ran with it because to me, that was a good idea. And what I try to do is think of things that I would fix for that person, or maybe it might be how I would see that person as a food or something that they might like. It encompasses all of that, but mainly what I would like to fix for that person. And I have 5 already made. I've got I've got Mike's, Wendy's, Avid's, Duggar's. I've got those already figured out. And these are recipes that I make myself. I do not go through a recipe book to come up with these recipes. These are things that I think of myself on how I would like to do them. I was going to do one for Wanderer Arts and Adventures and for Krista, his wife at Kinda Country. I'm going to talk to her before I do those to see if it's all right with her if I still do them. But I plan on making a cookbook out of my signature dishes. And I'm going to do this year, since I started in May, I'm only going to do 12 for this year. Next year, I hope to do at least 24 and do 24 every year after that. But I've already asked Tom and Michelle about doing one for them, and they said I could. So I've got to come up with theirs. And it's something that I truly enjoy. So I spend a lot of time on my signature dishes. I think I spend more time on those than I do anything else as far as cooking goes.
Hello, Darren. Aileen and Piggy's Piddle link is posted top of chat, so you can get their links up there. So you can get Eileen's Welcome to My Kitchen link up top of chat. That's pinned up there. And Piggy Piddle's link is pinned up there as well, Darren. And welcome, Donar.
Yeah. Hey, Donar. Darren, LG Bass is Tom, and Michelle is It's All Mine.
Right.
Yeah. It's just those are 2 that I've gotten to know by their first names, and every time I see their channel name, I automatically call out their name for some reason.
LG Bass, thank you for sharing out the links.
Yes. Thank you.
And please keep sharing out Darren's link as well so we can get him some subscribers as well.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite dish that you like to cook?
Sweet potato casserole. Ever since I started making it the way I do now, it has become my all-time favorite go-to food. I used to say it was my macaroni and cheese, but it is my sweet potato casserole. I put pineapple in my sweet potato casserole.
It's as good as any pie.
You can eat it for a side dish. You can eat it for dessert. You can just eat it all by itself. It is just so good. And
do you have a video up on that?
I do. It's under my Thanksgiving videos from last year on that playlist.
I'm going to have to go back and watch that one then.
Yeah. I have a playlist for so many. I got my cooking playlist. I've got a baking playlist. I've got a desserts, cold and hot playlist. I've got a Thanksgiving dinner playlist of what I did for Thanksgiving last year. I'm trying to think the others I've got. I've got a sides and vegetable playlist. I've got a live stream playlist. I've got a Saturday Talks playlist. I've got a shorts video playlist. I wanted people to be able to just go to whatever playlist they wanted to and find what they were looking for.
I haven't made playlists out of my lives yet.
Yeah. I just put all my lives under one playlist. That way, if anybody at a time wants to watch them all or do them for watch time hours or whatever, it made it easy to find them all. And that's why I did that particular one. A lot of my lives are also under my Saturday Talks because when I started Saturday Talks, it was just me talking about different subjects, and it was a video I posted. And then when I started going live, I kept the name because it's still on Saturdays, and I'm still talking. So it's Saturday Talks Live.
Danny Gray says the best is his dad's potato dumplings.
Oh, wow.
Hello, Valerie.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah. I have a lot of recipes that I love. I'm actually going to be making another one of my favorites, which I have not made in a long time. I'm going to be making it probably this next week or first part of next, if not this week, then first part of next week. And it is going to be for Piggy's birthday. He made my birthday cake. I'm going to make his birthday dessert. It's not a cake. I call it lemonberry dessert. I have two different names for it. It's called Lemonberry Crisp and Lemonberry Delight. And it is something I came up with about 15 years ago. I did not want cake for my birthday. I'm not normally a cake eater unless it is maybe one of three cakes. If it's a strawberry cake, if it's my mom's Yum Yum cake, or if it was my friend Georgette's coconut cake. Those are the three cakes that I absolutely love and adore. But other cakes, I'm just not big on them. So I wanted something that wasn't a cake for my birthday one year. And I made this, it's like a lemonberry, I call it lemonberry delight because it's got like a graham cracker crust on the bottom that you kind of bake. And then it's got a, like a lemon pudding, thick, custardy filling. And it's topped with your choice of berries. I chose blueberries that year, but you can put blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries. You can put any kind of fruit on top that you want.
And, I grew up blueberries and raspberries and blackberries here.
Yeah. Well, the reason I did blueberries at that time is because we had some fresh blueberries given to us by a friend. And I had made my mom a birthday cake. My mom's birthday is July the 26th. And my birthday is July the 28th. She had me 2 days after her 22nd birthday. So every year I tried to make sure that she had a special dessert for her birthday once I started cooking. And while she cooked, she would fix my dessert. But
Andy's got a question.
Then afterward, I started cooking it.
Thank you, Donna, for sharing links.
Yeah, Sandy, I do use a lot of graham crackers for bases for pies and things like that. Cheesecakes.
I have to learn that trick about getting those graham crackers to stay where I put them.
Yeah.
After I grind them down.
My thing is, if I make my own graham cracker crust, I put my graham crackers through a food processor, or Piggy just bakes the fire at them with the rolling pin, one of the two.
Well, I beat the fire at them with a rolling pin all the time.
Yeah. But, I put my melted butter in them and mix them up to where they kind of mush together. And when I put them in my pan, take you a round bottom glass or a measuring cup, a metal measuring cup or something, and you press it down into your pan and against the sides. And it will stick easier than doing it by hand.
Now, do you have to coat the pan or the glass so where it won't stick to it?
You can spray the bottom of the glass with cooking spray, but normally because of the butter in the graham cracker, it doesn't stick that way. I've never had that problem with it sticking too bad.
Hey, James Bailey.
Go back up here and read this. Okay.
Told you best.
Cherry cream cheese pie. Oh man, that is so good. That just sounds good.
I told him he just hit my sweet tooth.
Hey, James Bailey. Yeah. There's Darren again, Piggy, and Sandy Toes again. Okay. And Arrowhead. I'm sorry if I've missed comments in chat, y'all. I am getting over about uveitis. If y'all don't know what that is, it is a eye disorder.
Oh, trust me, I got daytime eye drops and nighttime eye drops here.
Yeah, these prescription drops I've been taking. It's also another term for uveitis. It's called iritis. It is an inflammation of the iris, and what it does is it makes my eyes. I've had it in my left eye and my right eye. This is my right eye. It is extremely bloodshot, extremely painful, very hard to see things. Bright lights kill me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I had my very first bout with this last year in April. So for a year and a half now, I've been dealing with this off and on. And very first time I had it, I thought I had a sinus infection. I'd never had it before, didn't know what it was. Wound up in the emergency room. They told me I had glaucoma and cataracts. They didn't know what was going on. Tried to give me a prescription for morphine for a rainy day, because I just might need it. Had to call in a optometrist. He comes in, he looks at me, never even walks in the room at that time, just looks at me. He said, uveitis. I knew what it was when they described it, but yet he couldn't name off what instrument he needed to check my eyes with. So, that just goes to show you the doctors we deal with here. So I've been dealing with my uveitis and iritis and all this other for a year and a half and trying to take better care of myself. And it is a side effect of diabetic retinopathy. I think 90% of the people who wind up with this are diabetics. Other people can get it, but it tends to show up in diabetics.
We have a cherry. I have a cherry tree that's on the yard here.
Mm-hmm.
That's really tart, so it goes good with the blackberries, raspberries, and the mulberries here, and the blueberries. I just throw them all in the crock pot after I get all the seeds out of them and just let them cook down.
Oh, man, that just sounds good. It does. I love cherries. Piggy's favorite all-time fruit is strawberry. My favorite all-time fruit are cherries. Ever since I've been a kid, I've loved them.
I keep telling you guys about my crock pot cake. I want to do a video of doing a crock pot cake and let you see how easy it is.
Hey, JP3. Yeah, I've heard of crock pot cakes. I've heard of them. I've never made one.
They're simple, though.
Yeah, I have made cakes and baked them in my roaster, my electric roaster. I've done muffins and cakes in that. But that's putting them in an actual cake pan or muffin tin and setting them in the roaster and setting it to 350 and just letting them bake with the lid on.
But see, with a crock pot, you just pour it in there, put it on the right heat, set a timer on your clock for 2.5 hours, and come back and it's done.
Oh, wow. Piggy, that might be a cake you can make all the time.
What?
A crock pot cake. Mix it up, pour it in the crock pot, set it for 2 hours, and
you can do an upside down pineapple cake in a crock pot and just set it and forget it.
Yeah.
Set a timer and just come back and check on it. If it ain't done, you just come back and check on it until it is done.
I love crock pots. I actually have 3 crock pots. I've got a small one, I've got a medium one, and I've got a large one. The small one I think is like 1 quart, if that. I don't even think it's 1 quart, to be honest. It might be 1.5 quart. My medium one is, I think, 3.5 quarts, and my large one is 6 quarts.
JP3 says I'm a cooking machine.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is I've had my medium one the longest. My medium crock pot was my mom's. My stepdad bought it for her back when they got married in 1977.
Hey, Fishing and Freedom, welcome. We're talking with Aileen and Piggy tonight. We're talking food and getting to know them and see what's going on.
Hey, Fish and Fredo. Yeah, and like I said, I've had my mom's crock pot. She got it in 1977, and I kind of have had it ever since she passed away. But I actually had it before then because I lived with her. My small crock pot was a Christmas present one year from my aunt, and my large crock pot was a wedding present from a dear friend of mine that has passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I am crock pot poor, but I use them. I love my crock pots. I love my multi cooker that I use. I've had that for over 20 years.
I use crock pots for a lot of things when I'm working long hours.
Yeah. But see, that used to be me. When I was working, I tended to use the crock pots more. But now that I'm at home and doing my YouTube thing, I don't utilize it as much as I used to.
Thank you, Valerie. I mean, I can cook anything. The vegetables I did today, are in the crock pot.
Those look so good. They do.
And I mean, the smell that's coming out of that crock pot right now, I could destroy those vegetables in one setting, just by the smell. Serena. And Valerie's in here. Hey, Valerie, can you, if Darren Gray's still in here, can you post his link again? He's a new channel. He's a quadriplegic. He just started his channel. He cooks, he barbecues, he smokes meats, and
he does a lot.
Let's show him some love, and let's welcome him into the community.
If you had to choose one cooking appliance, apparatus, anything like that, what would be your favorite to use?
My smoker.
Your smoker. I think mine is my multi-cooker. I've had that thing since, I want to say I've had it since 2002. I might have gotten it before then. I'm not sure. I know I've had it a long time. But that thing, I can cook rice in it if I want to. I went over everything it does. It steams, it boils, it broils, it roasts, it deep fries. I can do so much with that one cooker. That would be my hardest thing to replace in my kitchen because they don't make them anymore. Or at least I have not found any like them if they do.
Valerie,
Instant Pots, but
Valerie, Darren Gray. He's right above the statement you put up.
Yeah. But, I think if I had to choose one.
Thank you, Tom.
One cooking dish as far as like a bowl or anything like that, I would choose, oh my gosh, probably my Anchor Hocking set because I can bake cakes in them. I can do casseroles. I can bake meats and stuff in them or broil them or whatever.
One cooking dish?
Yeah, my one cooking dish would be all my Anchor Hocking. Probably my 11x14. That's the one I use all the time.
That would be my crock pot.
Gotta have the crock pot.
Oh, I can't cook with. I can cook without a crock pot, but I like it because it gets it more tender and gets things done just right in a crock pot.
I like it because you can set it and forget it.
Exactly.
And, this is something I did not know about crock pots for years. I did not know that every time you lift the lid on a crock pot during the cooking process, it adds 30 minutes to the cooking time.
It does.
And I was like, why didn't anybody ever tell me this? I mean, it's not like I would go in and check it all the time. But if I'm cooking something overnight, I would get, if I got up to go to the restroom, I would go in and I would check it to make sure it still had water or it, wasn't dried out or whatever.
Darren said his was his.
You see, my crock pot has 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, and 10 hours cooking settings, and it has a 4-hour warming setting, but every time I lift the lid, it adds 30 minutes to it automatically.
Well, see, mine knows.
I'm sort of trying to figure out how the crock pot knows I lifted the lid.
the vacuum release. It has to be when you lift the lid. It releases
all that heat, has
Yeah.
to build it back up.
All mine has is warm, low, and high. That's the only settings my crock pots have. But then again, I've had my crock pots for several years. All three of them have the same settings: off, warm, low, and high. And I just have to set a timer or keep an eye on it to know how long I've cooked something. Which that's fine, because 9 times out of 10, if I am using my crock pot, it goes in at night and comes out the next day, because I'm cooking it on low for 8 to 10 hours.
Well, my low setting is a 10-hour setting.
Yeah.
And I can set it now.
Yeah.
And when I wake up in the morning, it's on a 4-hour warmer, so it's still cooking, but it ain't cooking. It's keeping it warm.
Right. It's just keeping it warm. Yeah.
And when it's done, you can smell it all throughout the house.
Yeah. I think.
And you start dreaming about it in the middle of the night because you're smelling it.
That's one reason it kills me to use mine, is because I can't sleep. I'll be, I'll fall asleep, and the next thing I know, I'm smelling this so good food, and I'm like, what is that smell? Where's it coming from? Because, and then, oh yeah, right, I've got stuff in the crock pot.
I'll go to tossing and turning and wondering why I can't sleep, and then my nose wakes up and says, hello.
Yeah, food. Yeah, I think my mom, when she was alive, her all-time favorite cooking thing to use for cooking was her pressure cooker. She had a small 6-quart pressure cooker, and she would put meat, vegetables, whatever in it, and she'd put a whole chicken in that pressure cooker, and it'd be done in less than 15 minutes.
There's a new name in chat. Possums Outdoors.
Well, hey, Possums
Hello.
Outdoors.
My favorite dish for an overnight cook in a crock pot.
Yeah.
I would say either 8-pound beef roast with potatoes and carrots and a red wine sauce.
Sounds good.
Or baby back spare ribs in a white wine sauce
His
with
name is Brandon.
mushrooms and garlic and potatoes in it and carrots.
Possum Outdoors says it's Brandon. I guess you may know him. I don't know.
Okay, Brandon. Oh, that's Brandon R's new channel name. He changed his name.
Okay. Is that he's the one
Am I
related
right,
to Don
Brandon?
R?
Am I right, Possum?
Yeah.
You're Brandon R.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's the one we saw out there fishing with Don that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's Brandon R. He changed his name to Possum Outdoors.
I
That's
have to
your
say, yeah, if I'm cooking in my crock pot, my all-time favorite thing to cook in my crock pot would be a pork roast or barbecue pork roast.
Oh, my
And-
all-time favorite in a crock pot?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I mean, I love all foods cooked in crock pot. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, so do I, but
Yeah.
to come up with one all-time favorite food, I'd have
It's
to
hard for
say my brisket burn-ins
Oh
and
man,
homemade barbecue sauce.
that just sounds good. It
But see,
does.
I grill the burn-ins, smoke
Yeah.
the burn-ins real good and get them a good bark on it and everything, and get them diced up and cook them again a little bit to where they have flavor all around it.
Yeah.
Then I put them in a crock pot and just smother them in the homemade barbecue sauce with
That's-
garlic and put garlic in there with it
Oh,
and just put the lid on it and
My
just
tummy's
let it
over-
go.
my tummy's over here going, all right, where's it at? Where's it at? It sounds good. Where's it at? I have another question for everybody. This is for everybody in chat, everybody that follows my channel. Would anybody be interested in my doing a series of finger foods and party foods, again this year, I want to know ahead of time so I can start getting videos made for it and not let it just take over my channel like it did last year. Because if anybody is interested in party foods and things, because I know around the holidays, people tend to go to a lot of get-togethers where, they take different finger foods and things like that. A lot of the finger foods I have can be used for holiday parties. They can be used for bridal showers, wedding receptions, baby showers, just birthday parties, things like that. So if anybody's interested in my doing some of those, I will do them and have a special playlist set up for them. And that way, anybody that wants to check out that playlist, they can. But I really don't know how many people are interested in those kinds of foods.
Finger foods?
Yeah, the finger foods, party foods, things like that.
We're going to have to do a collab on that one.
Yeah, because
collaboration video on that one.
Yeah, because a lot of my party foods, I have things like I made for my bridal shower. I made the party foods for my bridal shower. I made the finger foods for my wedding reception and did 90% of the cooking for my wedding reception. So it's things like, doing the sausage balls the way I do them, or doing, I'm trying to think. I have the little pinwheel sandwiches that you can make with, you can either use the puff pastries, or you can use the crescent rolls, or use tortilla wraps, or the, things like that. And, putting different things in them. And some of them it might be cooked. Some of them you just might do them cold or whatever, fix them up and then cut them and serve them. And I had fruit kebabs and things like that. So just, I don't know if everybody's interested in things like that. And I always need finger foods around. Yeah, and these are things that can
be a question for us, though.
She said she's got 3 5-fingered things.
Have you ever tried a salt crusted pork?
Have I ever tried a salt crusted pork? No, but I have seen one. I've seen it fixed.
I don't cook with salt, but if I would cook with salt, it would be with sea salt, because it's not an iodine and it won't take away from the meat. It will add flavor to the meat instead of.
Yeah, I use iodine salt. I prefer kosher and sea salt, but I've been having a hard time finding the kosher salt, and and sea salt here. I mean, if you find it, it's in little bitty containers. They don't have any big ones right now. And
I don't use salt at all, but if I was to use salt, it would be sea salt.
Yeah. Well, sea salt is pretty much all natural right there. Which
that's all natural.
Yeah.
It's not pre-processed and iodine added and stuff like that. But I had a niece give me a pink Himalayan salt block that you can heat up.
Yeah.
And you can put meat on it and cook it like a grill.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen those, and they look neat. I didn't know if they would work or anything, though, so I didn't know.
It's still in the box.
Those salt block things that heat up.
I still have it.
I have a what is that thing called? The fondue pot. I have a fondue pot that I have never used. It was given to us for our wedding, and I've never used it. We actually finally took it out of the box this year, and I've got it in there on my shelf. So when I do the finger foods and stuff, I'm actually going to use a fondue pot to do different things with too.
Sandy just says I should walk down the road and dry out all the salt water around my island and send you all the sea salt you want.
That would be worth it. I tell you,
it would be worth it. But you know how many tons of sea salt she would be sending?
I'm saying. That's a
never
lot.
Run out.
No, she'd be drying out the whole freaking ocean.
Oh wow, that'd be a lot of salt. Yeah, we'd never run out. Not in my lifetime.
You wouldn't run out in my lifetime.
Oh.
But sea salt is a natural salt, and people don't understand it. It's a good salt until they add the iodine to it.
Yeah.
Hey, Rocky Mountain, how you doing, bud? He was the first one that made a comment on the video today on the country style pork loins.
Oh yeah.
Turned it into ribs. And he
Those,
says he already knows what he's having for dinner. Have I found
those
that cats?
Wait, what?
he made a comment on the pork loin made into ribs. Those look so good.
Mhm.
They did. My mouth was watering.
Hey,
Hey,
and
Palmetto Cat.
they came out really juicy too.
They looked like they were. Had that nice color to them.
Oh,
And
hey, and I didn't even smoke them.
that was just amazing.
The briquettes I had was red oak, but they already had oak in the briquettes,
Yeah.
so they had a natural smoke to them.
Oh wow.
I did have a couple pieces of apple wood when I first put them on there, and I put them in there with them when I first put them on and let them smoke.
You know, I'm very tempted. Our neighbor's apple tree, it's got some dead limbs that have kind of fallen down. May have Piggy go over and cut me a small piece off, and I'll put that on my grill the next time I do some meats.
Actually, you see they let you have the branch and you just cut it up in the small chunks.
Yeah.
So anytime you grill meat, you can put a couple of chunks of it on your charcoal after you get your meats on there.
Yeah.
Or before your meat's on there, put the wood in there on top of charcoal and put your meats on it and just close the lid and let it smoke.
Oh, that sounds so good.
And I tell you what, you're going to come up with some flavor.
I know it smells good. I've seen people use the woods and stuff. And I don't claim to be a grill master. I don't claim to be anything when it comes to grilling out. It's just that, you know, I like hamburgers and hot dogs on the grill. I like other things off the grill. And one of these days, Piggy and I talked about it. We're going to get us an offset smoker, and we're going to learn how to use that thing. And we're
remember,
going
when you get an offset smoker, never build a fire in the main chamber.
Right.
The fire goes in the opposite side.
Right.
Once you build a fire in the main chamber, you're going to have to completely scrub it down, clean it out, and burn it out all over again in the offset.
Okay.
It takes, because once you get an offset, you want to clean it. I mean, wash the grates, get all the stickers and everything off of it.
Right.
Wipe it down really good, and put a high heat in the offset box side and cure it just with a fire.
Yeah.
Then after you get the fire done, take some like pork belly or something that's really fatty and start cooking it on the grates on the smoker side.
Right.
And as it's cooking, you're just moving it all over the grates to get it coated in fat.
Oh. That
You're
sounds good.
What you're doing is you're curing it, but you're also making bacon to it, pork belly burn ends that way.
Oh, those things are so good. I think it was Michelle that said you soak the wood. Yeah, I knew that you soak the wood. That's about the only thing I do know about it.
Oh, you can smoke the wood, but you don't have to.
I mean, yeah, you soak it in water. I didn't know. I mean, I know some people soak their wood in water and some don't. I think it just depends on how long they want it to smoke or whatever. I don't know what that is about.
I found out you can get a cured apple tree that's cured, and you can put it right on the coals. As soon as you put it on the coals, it starts smoking.
Oh, cool. Yeah, well, this apple tree is really old, and it's got some dead parts to it, and I just saying use that and have to go out and buy some.
Well, see if your neighbor lets you have some of the dead apple wood off that tree.
Well, that's where I got my apples. He told me I could have all the apples I wanted off of it. And I've got 4 big bags full in there that I've got to get peeled and cored and sliced up.
And a few dead limbs off of it on the ground.
Yeah.
Well, Sandy says,
I'm sure he wouldn't mind.
Thank you all. You make me so hungry, I'm making lunch. That's 2 down.
All right. Well,
We
night,
lost
Sandy.
everyone to taco salad. Now Sandy Toes is making a sandwich.
Hey, we'll eat lunch. Oh,
See, I got
I'll
more
take-
ribs I can go eat.
yeah. I've got fish in there, but that's for tomorrow's lunch. I'm fixing to.
See, I got country style ribs I cooked today, and I got homemade barbecue sauce. I got the veggies I cooked, and I got my 3 cheese garlic mashed potatoes I can dive into.
Those mashed potatoes look amazing. Piggy loves potatoes, so.
I love potatoes too, but if Piggy were to get a hold of that bowl of that 3 cheese garlic mashed potatoes, there would be nothing left.
Piggy wouldn't get opportunity with me. Those look so good. I'd have that bowl gone.
Not if I found them first.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a 5-quart bowl of mashed potatoes.
Yeah. That's a big bowl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Possums outdoors. Yeah, I'm about to do some pork steaks on green sweet corn taters.
I got a hickory tree down here that puts off all sorts of hickory nuts. We could use what the squirrels leave behind.
Hey, if you ever get any hickory wood,
Yeah.
you can build a small fire in your barbecue with hickory wood and use apple to smoke and cook your meats that way. But you have to get your hickory wood into like a coal.
Yeah.
I'm good at that, Possum. I'm good about getting people into barbecue.
I love barbecue. I could eat barbecue probably every day. I mean, it's just something I love.
I took that brisket to work. It didn't last 5 seconds.
I started to say, I bet it didn't last. You took it in and it was gone.
I took it in. My boss had seen it and he smelled it and he walked up with a 13-pound brisket.
Oh wow!
Oh, wow.
He was not sharing it with anybody. He's had that brisket before and he knows how moist and juicy it was.
Oh.
You guys seen how juicy it was?
It was. It was real juicy. Like I said,
And
you've had my mouth watering for the past 2 weekends now.
And he asked me, what's next week? And I'm like, well, it's going to be pork. You don't eat pork. He goes, yeah, damn it. I said, I can always bring my smoker to work with me when I'm doing this 3 weeks straight work duties and put a 20-pound beef roast in there and smoke it. He goes,
Hey,
don't
Charlie.
you dare. Hey, Ugly Dog Lures, how you doing?
Oh, man.
Thank you, Michelle. Michelle, that was a 12-hour brisket. My briskets normally take 18 to 22 hours to cook.
Oh
That
man,
was a cooked brisket.
Yeah, that's one he cooked last weekend. Yeah.
My briskets normally take overnight to cook.
Yeah. When I lived in Kentucky, up there, they had the barbecue competitions on the river up there. I lived in Paducah, which is where Dominic and his wife live. And they would always have that barbecue competition up there. And even though I didn't live right next to the river, I mean, I actually lived a little ways away from it, you could smell the barbecue throughout the city when they were cooking. And
yeah,
they had some of the best barbecue places and stuff up there. I loved it.
Michelle, you can do a brisket. It don't take a lot of dedication. If you can get your oven to 250 to 275, you can do a brisket. You can do a brisket in the oven that's set at 250. Let it slow cook overnight until about 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, and you bump it up to $275 to $300, and once you have it seasoned, you're good. All you're looking for is a nice little crust on it. If it starts looking dry, you spray it with a little bit of a spritz, and you're good to go. But I tell you what, you're going to smell something really good in that oven as it's cooking.
Now that you taught her how to do it, I'm going to do that. I'm going to find me a brisket, and I'm going to do that in my little oven.
You seen how I trimmed it up, right?
Right.
Because you want to make sure that hard fat, that you have to trim that off really good.
Yeah.
Because that won't render down. And you get all that hard fat and the silver skin off. Once you think it's silver skin,
yeah.
If it's really thin, don't worry about it. Just season it. You don't need no binder on it because the meat's already wet. You let it set on a counter for about maybe 30, 45 minutes and let that seasoning soak into the meat.
Yeah.
And stick it in there. If it hits 175 and you feel like you need to wrap it, you can wrap it in foil or put it in the boat like I did.
Yeah.
Take it halfway up around the sides and just put a little apple juice in the bottom of the boat. And let it go back in there.
That makes sense. Okay.
Cook it fat side up. And I tell you what, you're going to have some delicious meat.
Moving over there, Piggy.
Is Piggy getting hungry again?
Well, he's changing his computer around.
Oh.
Getting his phone.
I thought he was getting itchy because we were all talking about food.
Yeah. Oh, man. I tell you, I think food is probably, the one thing I talk about all the time, pretty much, because it's something I was raised cooking. It was something, or watching me cook. It's something I was raised watching me fix. I remember my grandmother having a garden. I remember
Cottonwood Ranch.
Cottonwood Ranch. Yeah, I remember my grandmother's garden. I remember as a kid going out with my mom and my grandmother, my aunts and uncles and stuff, helping in the garden. I remember my grandmother canning everything that came out of the garden, and what she didn't can, she froze. The only thing she ever bought at the grocery store were meats, bread, milk, eggs, things like that. Charlie, hush. And this was after I was born. Before I was born, while my mom was growing up, my grandmother worked on a farm, picking cotton and working out in the fields and things. And she would get chickens and meat and stuff local from the people she worked with, and got their milk from a milk cow and things like that. So, I never really knew what a grocery store was until after my grandmother passed away when I was 7. Because I had never seen canned food in a can. If it was canned food, it was in a jar with a lid. If it was a vegetable, it came out of the garden. It wasn't something you bought at the store. The only time I ever saw apples and oranges and bananas and things like that was at Christmas time. If I wanted a pecan, I walked out in the yard where the pecan tree was and picked them up off the ground. I didn't buy them from the store. So I can remember all that from childhood, and now I see the conveniences that we have today, which technically, I don't know if they're actually conveniences or not, but there's so much that so many have forgotten, and so much that I've forgotten about my childhood as far as growing up and what was available and what's not available food-wise.
Well, Sandy, I did give you a warning in the title saying hashtag let's talk cooking.
And so food has always been very important to me in that regard. I have just started in the past this year, say the last 3 years, I've just started doing the canning. It's something I've always wanted to do is can, and I've just started doing that, doing my own jams and jellies and kraut and pickles and things like that. And I love food. I love talking about food. I love sharing recipes with people. I love learning about new foods. I'm not just stuck on one type of food. I don't care if it's Asian. I don't care if it's Hispanic of some sort. I don't care if it's American food, Greek food, Mediterranean food, wherever.
Oh
I
yeah.
want to try new foods. I want to experience new foods.
I
And
try I try new recipes all the time.
yeah,
Especially no matter what region of the world it's from.
yeah. I mean, I have been introduced to the Sri Lankan foods through Gloria's Platter. Uh, it is amazing. And I actually got introduced to Korean foods from a friend of ours that lives in Australia. Her son cooks a lot of Korean foods. And it just, watching some of the stuff that he's done or looking at the pictures of it and hearing her describe it, it's amazing.
Oh,
So
fancy.
I am all about trying everything. And I have actually gotten Piggy to where he will try new foods. He's tried sushi and understands it's good. He's tried other foods that I didn't know that he would try. And I try to be adventurous. It's hard right now for us to get out and go eat. It was really hard on us through all the stuff that was going on the past few years for everybody when you couldn't go out and go anywhere really. That's when I got interested in cooking other nationalities, dishes and stuff. Um, love cooking Chinese food, love cooking Mexican food. And I want to learn more about how to cook those, but I also want to stay true to my Southern roots and cook the dishes that I grew up with. Love sauerkraut. I do not have a video, Valerie, but you can check out. I will send you the link to where I got my sauerkraut recipe. I know I've got you on Facebook and Messenger, and I will send you the link to that. I actually got it from another YouTube channel, and she has a water bath version of sauerkraut, and she has a fermented version of sauerkraut. And both are good. I did the water bath version. But like I said, I will definitely send you that link because I'm all about getting the recipes out there to people that want them and want to know how to use them and make them. And I think the best sauerkraut I've ever had in my life was made by my aunt, the one that passed away.
The next video I might do is on homemade chicken fingers.
Oh man, those got to be so good. I was just talking to Piggy about that, talking about doing videos, on making, the homemade chicken fingers, homemade chicken nuggets, and how we can do things at home and not rely on fast food restaurants and stuff for processed foods. Make them at home. Tastes thousands of times better. In the long run, it's a whole lot cheaper.
A whole lot better for you.
Yeah.
And homemade chicken fingers, deep fried mushrooms, fried green beans.
Oh, you talking my food stuff now, man? Oh, making me hungry.
There's a lot of things I'm wanting to try to do, like the fried green beans. And
Yeah.
I tell you what, those would be amazing.
Yeah, I love the way they dip them in the tempura batter when you go to the Chinese restaurants and stuff, and deep fry them that way. And now, when I just cook my green beans, I'm just talking regular green beans, whether it be home canned, store bought, whatever. The way I normally cook them is I will take, first of all, and I'll cook up some bacon in a skillet and take my bacon out and leave just a little bit of the drippings in the skillet with a little bit of the grease. And I take and I drain my green beans, make sure all the liquid is out of them. And I take my green beans and I put them in those bacon drippings and that little bit of fat, and I take and I cook them down. And I don't add any salt, don't add, you don't really have to add any other kind of seasoning because you've got that bacon flavor. And then once they're done, I go back and I add the bacon to them. And that's about the only way Piggy likes them now. When we got together, he wouldn't eat green beans. Now he'll eat green beans because that's the way I cook them. But
Hey, Valerie, Michelle, I mean, if you ever have a video on how to do rosemary, let me know. Because I do a lot of excess. I do rosemary and thyme and basil. So
yeah. I'm not real big on the rosemary, thyme, and basil things. I wasn't raised with it. My mom didn't use a lot. My mom was a very basic cook. And, basically taught by her mom. They were both, my grandmother was the world's best, as far as I know, about just throwing things together and making something. You would think there was nothing to eat, and all of a sudden you would have this feast. And,
hello, Ashley.
hi, Ashley. And my mom, I know I've told this story many times on my videos. My mom could take that cheap, nasty box macaroni and cheese with the powder cheese and make it taste like homemade. I can't do that. I have not to this day figured out how she did it. But we all have our strengths in what we do as far as cooking, and we all have our weaknesses. And I play to my strengths on what I can do. And I try to encourage others to do the same. And I want everybody to know, first of all, your kitchen, your rules. Do not let other people come into your kitchen and tell you, you cannot do this away. It's your kitchen. It's your food. You can do it any way you want to do it. Cook it how you want to. Put the seasonings on it you want to put on it. It's your kitchen.
Uh-huh.
And, so many people say, well, this recipe says I have to do it this way. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
If you don't like an ingredient in somebody's recipe, leave it out or change it to something you like. You do not have to be stuck to something that somebody says you have to do.
Right.
Will it taste the same? No. But it will be to your taste. It won't be to somebody else's taste. And that's what gets me. People say you have to do it. No.
If you're cooking a recipe and you want it to fit your taste, you adjust that recipe to fit your taste.
That's it.
If you don't cook with salt, don't put salt in it.
That's it. Adjust.
Meat. I already know this. A lot of your meat that's in the stores, they have enough salt in it as it is right now.
Yeah, they pump that stuff full of that salt water stuff to make them look plumper and nicer.
Piggy falling asleep back there?
No, I'm still here. I'm listening.
He's listening. Piggy's one of these. He kind of goes to the background unless he's just right up in front of the camera on his channel, or what I should say, our channel, the other channel.
All right, I still see him back there.
Yeah, but I've had so many people tell me throughout the years, and my favorite example of this is stuffed bell peppers. I had somebody tell me that the way I made stuffed bell peppers was not the way you make stuffed bell peppers. I was wrong. And I said, well, why are you saying I'm wrong? Well, that's not the way my mama made it, so that's not how you make it. I said, well, I'm not your mama, first of all. And second of all, if you don't like the way I make it, don't eat it.
Exactly.
Piggy's just thankful he's got somebody that likes to cook, and not only likes to cook.
What I do with my stuffed bell peppers, I take the stem out, I cut the lid off, I take the seeds out, and I keep that lid, and I put it on a smoker, and I smoke it, or grill it a little bit, let it get a char on the outside, then I take it out, fill it with my meats, my cheeses, and my stuffings, put that lid back on it, set it back on the grill, and let it cook. Let it finish cooking. And that cheese, you put it on top, when you put that lid on it, it's going to stick to it.
I use the lid. I mean, that little top part I'll take and I cut it up. Yeah. And like I said, so many people tell you, you have to do it this way. You have to do it that way. Nobody walks into my kitchen and tells me I have to do anything, first of all. Second of all, I dare anybody to come up to me and tell me that because I'm not doing it the way their mama did it, that I'm not doing it right. I will go off and let them know flat out I ain't your mama. And I don't cook like my mama cooked. I mean, I cook a lot similar to how she cooked. I cook similar to how my grandmother cooked, but they came up in a different time than what I'm in. They had different access to different things than I have, and I have access to more things than they did. So, of course, my cooking is going to be different.
I'm sorry to say this: the way my mom cooked compared to what I cook,
yeah,
I'm above and beyond her level.
Well, my mom would tell you that when it comes to cooking, that I'm better than she was. You know, if she were alive today, she would tell you because she told me that I was a better cook than she was. And the reason being is my mom really did not like to cook. She had to cook for her brother and sisters while her mom was out working. My mom was the oldest girl of 6 kids. My uncle was the oldest, and then my mom. And then my mom had 4 sisters, one who died as a baby. And since she was the oldest, it was her responsibility to do the cooking, to make sure the house was clean, and to do other things. And so she never really liked to cook. She could cook.
I got a question for you.
Okay.
Have you ever seen a person burn boiling water?
Yes. I've got a cousin that can't cook. Well,
I've never seen someone burn boiling water while it's boiling.
Yeah, literally. I mean, she burned boiling water so bad the pan could do it. Yeah. I've seen one person burn boiling water so bad the pan was burnt beyond recognition.
Yeah, but this still had water in it and she still burned it. I'm trying to figure out how she did it. Hey, fishing for whiskers and itty bitty.
That's right, Michelle. We all have our own style and taste. And and I'm not saying people are wrong by saying that, they don't agree with my cooking, because they're not. If they don't like what I'm fixing, that's fine, because they've had it different ways. They have their way they like their stuff. The person that I'm talking about was my uncle. He was very particular about what he ate. He complained about my aunt's cooking. And she cooked for him every day. He complained about my cooking because nothing could compare to his mother's cooking. If it wasn't
a little boy that never grew up.
If it wasn't just like his mama's cooking, But no, I don't have a problem with everybody having different tastes. That's their own choice.
Piggy, that's what you call mama's boy.
Yeah. And so I'm to the point, that that's why I have that saying on my channel. Your kitchen, your rules. And it's simply a case of, if you don't like what I'm using, if you don't like the seasons I'm using, if you don't like the ingredients I'm using, then make it your own way, for the simple fact that you make it to your taste. And, there's a lot of things I will not use. I don't like capers, but I see a lot of recipes with capers in them. And I'm just not big on those. So I've tried to find other things to use instead of that. So, I'm that's just how I feel about things on that when it comes to cooking. But I say to each their own on that. Everybody's got to eat. But I was talking about, the boil, you were talking about burning boiling water. This
how you treat the cook determines on how well or not you eat.
That's it.
Well, here's a saying I've always told people when they walked in.
Yeah.
You be nice. You don't piss off the cook, because they'll come back and bite you in the ass.
Amen. Hey, fishing for whiskers.
What was that?
He said, you don't piss off the cook, because come back and bite you in the ass.
You be nice to the cook. You don't get the cook mad, because he can make you regret it.
They can. Yeah, it's like I told Piggy, I said, I don't have to get mad at anything he does or anything like that. And he knows not to make me mad about things, because he knows I know enough about cooking that he would regret it. He'd never leave the bathroom.
The last person that made me mad when I was a ranch cook a long time ago, he ended up on the toilet for 12 hours.
That's what I'm saying. Piggy knows I know enough.
Hey, Rustic, how you doing, bud?
What you have to do is threaten not to cook.
Hey, Rustic. Yeah, I mean, that's what I tell her about. I said, I just threaten not to cook.
Hey,
Yeah,
that
I can
guy,
always find some nibble.
this ranch hand demanded that he had to have his own private pot of coffee every morning. He had one pot of coffee one morning, his own private pot. He drank it. He had his breakfast. He walked out the door to go to work, and he went right to the porta potty and stayed there for 12 hours.
It's like learn to share or learn to be nice. One of the two.
Oh, he learned a lesson that day. And the ranch owner told him, "You pissed off the wrong person." He goes, "Yeah, I did."
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
He never asked for anything personal anymore for breakfast.
yeah. I mean, well, see, Piggy and I were raised that you eat what's put before you.
Uh-huh.
I learned that lesson very well when I was 4 years old. And people say, well, you're too young to remember that. No, I'm not. I remember 4 years old. I remember.
You can remember hunger.
My grandmother, she fixed fried pork chops, black-eyed peas, cornbread, turnip greens, fresh stewed turnips, fried potatoes. We had cucumbers, sliced tomatoes, fresh onion, fresh fried corn, fresh fried okra, fried squash. Take the count now. It was me, my mom, my grandmother, two of my aunts, two of my uncles, my cousins. There was somebody else there. And my grandmother fixed this feast for everybody. Plus, we had a big dessert. I go up to my grandmother and I say, Granny, I want a bologna sandwich. She looked at me. She looked at the table. She said, you can eat what's fixed or you can do without. My granny always gave me what I wanted up until that point. But Granny, I want a bologna sandwich. If you can't eat what's on the table, you go sit in the living room and you do without. I looked at her. She said, March. I went in the living room. I sat on the couch. I looked down. Sitting on the couch, I could turn to the right and look down the hallway at the kitchen and see the table and see everybody eating. My little tummy was just a grumbling. It was hungry and it was a rolling. And I waited a few minutes. I just knew my granny was going to bring me a bologna sandwich. I got up. I went into the kitchen. Granny, I'm sorry. Can I have a plate? Get you a seat at the table. She looked at Mom. She said, Eva May, fix her a plate. I never again asked for a bologna sandwich or anything else that was not what was on the table.
Uh-huh.
From that day forward, I ate what was put before me. And that's the one rule I've always had when I cook. Now, there are times that I'll fix myself something and I'll fix Piggy something different. And that's simply because, I might like a bowl of cornbread and buttermilk. That's my comfort food. And Piggy doesn't like, Piggy can't drink the milk and stuff without it hurting him and bloating him. So if I'm doing that for me, I'll fix him whatever he wants.
Right.
But normally, it's a case of whatever you fix is what I'll eat. And that's what he tells me. Whatever you fix is what I'll eat.
I told her, fix what you like, I'll eat with you.
When I was raised, it says, my mom and my grandma says, if you eat what's on the table, or you go without.
Yeah.
You go to bed hungry.
That's the way my mom was raised. That's, how my grandmother raised her kids. That's how my grandmother was raised. My grandmother was born in 1925, right around the Depression era. So, they made do. And you did not fuss about what you had. And because she was raised in those years, as an adult, she didn't have a lot of money to begin with. She was a single parent raising 5 kids. She would have been raising 6, but my aunt passed away at 3 months old.
Yeah.
So, it was because she raised 5 kids on her own. And she made do the best she could. What money she made paid her bills, and she made something out of nothing. And that was how my mama learned to cook. That was how I learned to cook. And though I've had more training than my mom, I took 2 years of food production. Well, it was, I took 1 year of food production. It was a 2-hour class in high school. And, I learned a lot on how to do a lot of different things. And so I've had that training that my mom didn't have. And the fact that, like I said, I love to cook anyway. But yeah, you learn a lot as a kid, and that's what gets me today. I see so many parents, and I'm not putting the parents down. It's because a lot of parents want their kids to have things they never had growing up, and I understand that. That's why my mom was. She wanted me to have things she never had,
and wind up not teaching them to prepare for the worst.
Yeah, and I use my own family as an example. I have a cousin that's got twin boys, and she will take, and one of them will want ravioli, so she'll fix him a can of ravioli. The other one wants spaghetti, so she'll fix that with a can of spaghetti. She will not tell them, you eat what I fix. She fixes what they want. And she wasn't raised that way. She was raised to eat what was on the table. And like I said, it's all about how you're raised and how you want your kids raised.
Right.
It's all it is.
Nowadays, it ain't raised that way. It's
and
the sprinkle foods and quick foods that you get from the store, you pop in the microwave, eat and cook.
Yeah, I got a story about the microwave thing. That's hilarious.
To me, those prepackaged foods at stores.
I told you.
No.
That's just a second level grade to fast food.
Yeah.
That's not real food, in my opinion.
Yeah, I told you I had a cousin that boiled water and burnt the pan.
Yeah.
Well, when my mom passed away, I was going through a really rough time. And I moved in with my aunt and uncle over here in Georgia. Their youngest daughter, her boyfriend, and their 2 kids lived with them as well. And now when I cook, I would cook enough for everybody to eat. And there would be leftovers because my cousin wouldn't allow her kids or her boyfriend to eat what I fixed. It would just be me, my aunt, and uncle eating. And one night she decided to cook for the whole family, for all 7 of us. Now, for all 7 of us, this is the funny part. For 7 people, she opened 1 can of green beans. She had she had 1 little bitty microwave container of macaroni and cheese, 1 can of corn, and she had some of those breaded chicken patty things.
Right.
Now take account, 7 people, 1 can of corn, 1 can of green beans, 1 of those small single serving macaroni and cheeses that you cook in the microwave, and those chicken breaded things. And she made sure she fixed her plate before everybody else ate. And after she fixed her plate, there was maybe half a can of green beans, half a can of corn, and a half a container of macaroni and cheese for 6 people to share. I said, thank you, I'll fix my own. Because, and I know she did it out of spite. I know my cousin. I know why she did it. But it's just for somebody to do something like that and to know and to think that something like that's going to feed 7 people. And she knew it wasn't going to feed them because it doesn't feed her and her 2 kids. And it didn't feed, her boyfriend at the time. She would always have to cook him something separate. So I just, just seeing and talking about the microwave things, that reminded me of that dinner. And I was like, no, that's okay. I'll fix me something to eat. I'll fix a sandwich or something. And no big deal. But, people
just being that despiteful and cooking something like that, I wouldn't eat. I'm sorry, but that's being rude and not nice in any way at all.
Yeah. People are going to be spiteful about stuff. And first of all, she didn't really know how to cook, so it didn't taste good, to begin with. So I was happy not to eat it. Gave your kids basic choices. This is what I'm making. There's cereal or peanut butter if you don't want this, or nuke a hot dog and clean up after yourself. That's the way to say it, Michelle, right there. Kids have to learn. If you don't want what's fixed, then you're going to have to learn to fix for yourself and clean up after yourself.
Yep. And I learned to cook. I've never had no one teach me how to cook. I've learned how to cook on my own. I taught myself how to cook.
Yeah. I can't really say that I was taught as a kid how to cook. I watched my mom. I watched my grandmother. I watched my aunts. but then, that was when I was young. And then as I became a teenager, I actually had people telling me, all right, this is how I do it. Not, this isn't how you do it, but this is how I do it.
The one person I learned how not to cook is from my mom.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of those in my life that, this is how you do not cook.
I learned that rule real quick from my mom, how not to cook.
Yeah.
When she burned oyster stew.
Oh. Oh, no. Yeah. I think, I was never really taught as a kid how to make biscuits. Like I said, I had watched my mom make biscuits. And I thought, oh, I can do that. So my mom and dad were doing something one day, and I thought, I'm going to make biscuits for the family. It was me and my mom, my stepdad.
Possum, I can make some dressing.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of dressing would you like to see made?
But my very first biscuits, they were the most beautiful biscuits I'd ever seen in my life. Nice and thick and golden. But if you've ever been into a hockey puck, that was my first biscuit. It was beautiful, but you could not eat it. My dad threw one out the door, hit a tree, knocked the bark off the tree with the biscuit. The biscuit was still whole, didn't crack it, didn't break it, didn't do nothing to it. And the dog thought it was a chew toy out there. It could have been a rawhide for all the dog knew, because they were just sitting there gnawing on it.
Hurry back, Sandy.
But yeah, I've improved a lot since I first started cooking over the years. I don't
Possum,
know if
I'm sorry, but Possum,
okay,
what kind of dressing are you talking about, Possum? Is it salad dressing?
Are you talking like cornbread dressing or
cornbread dressing? What?
Yeah, because if you're talking about like dressing, or like chicken and dressing or turkey and dressing and stuff like that, I make mine from scratch. I do not use the prepackaged stuffing mix, and I don't use the prepackaged stuff that looks like croutons for stuffing.
Possum says he can't make a biscuit for nothing.
Watch my video, Possum, on my biscuits, and you can make biscuits. I guarantee it. They're easy. It takes practice. You might not get it completely right the first time, but the more you make them, the better you'll get.
I can do a cornbread dressing.
Okay, cornbread dressing? Yeah, that's how I make my dressings, with cornbread. I make my homemade cornbread, and I do my seasonings and everything with it. Yeah.
I can even make a cornbread casserole.
I made a squash casserole the other day.
Oh, I've taken a squash. There's green squashes, there's acorn squash. Split them in half, take out the centers, fried up some bacon, some hamburgers, some bell peppers and stuff, and stuffed it all inside with some onions and garlic. Smothered it with cheese and put it back in the oven and let it cook.
Yeah. That sounds good.
That was the best pot pie I've ever had.
Oh, that sounds good.
An acorn pot pie.
Possum Outdoors, if you're wanting to see a cornbread dressing recipe, you can check out my channel and go to my playlist and look up Thanksgiving dinner. And I fixed and some of the recipes on Thanksgiving dinner is cornbread dressing with a twist. All of my Thanksgiving dinners last year had a twist. And each one will be explained in the video, but there's cornbread dressing. I've made it two different ways using the same dressing mix. One I made in a muffin tin, and one I made in a baking pan. I've got a recipe for giblet gravy on there. I've got a recipe for my side dishes on there. So if you're wanting to know how to make cornbread dressing, you can check that out. That's just one way to make it. I'm sure Avid's got a way to make it. Michelle's probably got a way to make it. But yeah. That's you'll see me make cornbread dressing if you check that out.
I love cooking. I mean, it's something I love doing. It's not something I want to do for a living. It's something I love to do because I can put my passion into it. and you can put love into it. Where a lot of places you work at, you don't do that.
Yeah. I
And cooking from
my
scratch,
very
you
well, my
put
very first job was in the school system, but my actual yeah, I worked as a biscuit maker at Hardee's for years. Uh, I started working at Hardee's in 1987, and when I first started in, I started in as at that time they had the salads, the pre-made salads. So I started as a salad maker, worked my way up to cashier. I worked backline. I was a biscuit maker for years. Um, so and you're right. People, places, fast food places, restaurants. Not all restaurants. Some restaurants. I would say the majority of restaurants don't put the love in the food as home cooked, and that's what gives home cooked cooking or home cooked meals a better flavor, I think, than everything else. Is that love? That's the secret ingredient.
Is Darren Gray still in chat?
Who?
Darren,
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm scrolling to see if I see him because I want to still get his link post shared out again.
If you check out my biscuit video, Possum Outdoors, it's my second cooking video ever put out by me. The first one was a egg and potato scramble thing that I did just as kind of a lark. But my very second cooking video is my biscuits and how I make my homemade biscuits. And I actually need to try out 2 different recipes. Valerie Irwin sent me months ago, and I've just never got around to making them. One is a 2-ingredient biscuit, and one is the recipe how she makes her biscuits. And so I need to try both of those out just to see how they do for me. Oh, man.
What the heck?
Oh, you're very welcome. I'm all about sharing the knowledge with everybody.
I'll be right with you. I'm just messaging someone.
That's fine. Yeah, the 7-Up biscuits, the one I was talking about, and the 2-ingredient biscuits, which is the flour and heavy whipping cream biscuits. I need to try both of those.
Oh, fine in there.
Love Alyne. Oh, me, yeah. I didn't realize we'd been on it almost 3 hours. We're doing good.
I'm like, it's been going wild.
When I get to talking about food, I lose track of time. I do.
Oh, you and me both.
And then when I get to talking, I talk about everything under the sun. I'm a jabberjaw.
No, that's a cartoon, Jabberjaws.
Well, yeah, I know he's a shark, but I can jabber too.
Come on, Piggy, your turn.
What?
What? Your turn to talk a while.
What? About what? About what? I don't cook, remember? I just help.
Yo,
Hey, you piddle around, so talk about some of your hobbies and some of your things you've done.
I do a little bit of crochet, simple chain stitch stuff. I usually use 2 to 3 strands on that. I like to play with wood. Made a few things on that. I like to restore old stuff. The metal kitchen hut she's got in there, I restored it, fixed it up. Baker's rack, I cleaned up, fixed it up. we got an old highboy in here that we got that was about ready to go to the dump. I tore it all the way down, completely apart, beefed it up, and restored it. Just things of that nature, just piddling around.
All right, since you like to work with wood, right, Piggy?
Yeah.
I got one for you. I got a challenge for you to make for Aileen.
Oh.
A cutting board.
Oh, Lord.
24 by 24.
I don't have the tools for that, Avid.
All you need is a skill saw and a drill.
I've been watching a lot on how they really do those and make them good. You got to get them absolutely square and perfect to make them right. I don't know.
He's going to make me one day.
Do what?
I said, you're going to make me one day.
You can use a skill saw to keep put them square, as long as you have a square to keep the lines right.
You do have that one square thing, yeah.
I got stuff, yeah, but you really don't understand my setup. I ain't got the setup.
Okay.
I really don't.
Yeah, he's talked about making me one, and then he looked into seeing how they're made.
To make a good one,
yeah,
I don't have the tools or the setup.
Yeah, what a lot of it was, what Piggy has as far as tools. Yeah, he does have certain ones, but to get something totally square is impossible in this house, because even if he has a square that he goes by, his tools are not going to make it square, because this house is so uneven and unlevel that there's no way.
I could make a table to work on. I got a table in there.
Yeah.
But it's going to be sitting wrong because of the way the house sets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Things are going to get off.
Yeah.
Well, if your floor ain't square and level, that's what's gonna hurt you. You have to be able to level and square out your table that you're working on to make everything level.
Yeah. Good night, ugly dog.
All the wood I have is very old, very dry and brittle.
Yeah.
Warped, twisted, and I need a planer and a joiner to get things squared up on them. And
yeah. I didn't. I just figured I'd give you that challenge. I didn't know you didn't have. It
will be something on the to-do list when I feel like I have a proper setup to try to do one.
Yeah, we are.
So I also thought I can see somebody like my neighbor. He owned his own construction business. He used to work for a big company, and he'd take and do the blueprints for and do the surveying on sites for building manufacturing buildings, manufacturing plants. He'd do everything from the survey, blueprints, all the way to the ribbon cut and handing over the keys.
Good night, Donar.
I could watch him draw a straight line and it looked crooked to me. So I battled that as well.
We know what straight lines look like in our eye, but someone else's eye, it's not right. To ours eye, it has to be perfect.
No, I mean, this is a man I know can draw a perfectly straight line and it would look angled.
In other words, to him, to Piggy's eyesight, it looks crooked.
Right.
That's just his eyesight.
Yeah, it's just my eyesight do, because I'm a perfectionist. I like things done a certain way.
Yeah. But, Piggy and I have a plan.
I found out I was a perfectionist too. And I finally grasped the idea that there is no such thing, and to let go of that. And you do the best you can with what you got. I've done my best work since I quit trying to be perfect about it.
Yeah, he really has. He's done a lot of good stuff.
Oh, I agree with you, Piggy. It's hard to get that attitude out of your head after a while.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, trust me. And I had it beat in me in different ways to be a perfectionist.
Oh, yeah.
Because nothing I ever did was good enough. Give you an example. Model cars as a kid, each got one. I had mine done in like less than 3 hours, had it painted just right, had it looking really spiffy, had it looking just like the picture on the box. Didn't hear anything. Another did his. Took him like 3 days or longer. The decals were on there crooked. The paint was not all that. And it was just all the rage. Nothing I ever did was good enough. So that stuck in me and made me a perfectionist. And anything I did, I tried to do perfect.
Right.
And it took a lot for me to finally let go. I mean, I still have that inclination to try to get something as perfect as I possibly can.
Oh, yeah.
But right now, with what I got, I've gotten to where, hey, as long as it works, hey,
it works.
Go for it.
Yeah, but like I said, Piggy and I have a plan. And our plan is hopefully within the next 5 years, we will be able to find us a home of our own. The house we live in belongs to somebody else. I'm not complaining because, we do not pay rent. We pay our own utilities, pay our own bills, but we do live rent-free where we're at. So I'm not complaining. It's just the house is old. It has problems.
Right.
Piggy and I want a home of our own. And when we get a home of our own, we have plans of what we want. And Piggy wants a little shop to where he can have the tools he needs to make things like the cutting boards and things like that. And so, that's why I'm not worried about those. I know I will eventually get things like that from him. But right now, as long as he makes things like my little stool, my footstool for me, and, helps me in the kitchen and helps me with the videos, that's all I want. I just want him to be happy.
Can he knit hot pads for you?
He doesn't knit. He crochets the hot pads. Yeah.
Knit, crochet, whatever.
Yeah.
I always get them two mixed up.
Yeah. I know I've shown some of them before. This one right here is one that he's made. This is more of a hot pad or something that goes on a table that you can put casserole dishes and things on.
Go get your greens.
He has made this. This is in a light blue and orange.
That's nice.
Yeah. And I'm not sure yet if I'm going to give this one away on a giveaway or if I'm going to put it up on my Facebook page.
Hey, just send it to me. I'll take it.
Okay. But yeah,
I like those colors.
Then you might wind up with it with your stuff. You never know.
Hey, Shih Tzu. Hi, Yee Yee.
Hey, Yee.
Hi, Ace.
Shih Tzu Moto TV. I've never seen that name. Okay.
I've never seen that name before.
I've not. These right here are the ones he made me. Now, this right here I call a hot pad. Just this way. I put my casserole dishes on it when they come out of the oven. I put my baking pans on it when they come out of the oven. And it protects my island top.
Right.
This is my...
he crochets them?
Yeah, he crocheted these. He made these. I've got 2 of the big green and white ones. I've got 3 of these.
I'm going to put you in solo.
Yeah, I actually gave away some of his crochet stuff on my giveaway. And as a gift. And I'm going to be putting some up on my Facebook page.
Nice.
Yeah. We checked out prices of this. This is a double, a double yarn. It's this green and white. Michelle is the one that gave these colors, or gave him the green. I know. I think we bought the white, but this right here's the big one again. I'll pull it back so y'all can see it better this way. Okay. And they are so thick. And this is the ones Piggy was talking about in the video that he used to take that pan out of the oven. And he did not realize that they are as thick as they are when you take hot stuff out. You don't feel the heat. These are so nice. I love these.
Piggy, you're doing some great work crocheting those.
And like I said, I have some that I have sets of 4. I've got them put up. What I do is when he makes them, I wait till I get several, and then I wash them.
Cottonwood Ranch? No, it's acrylic.
Do you sell them on your?
I'm going to. I've got 2 sets. I've got to get put up there.
Cotton costs a whole lot more.
Yeah. So what we're doing is we priced everything, and we actually I went online and I looked up crocheted hot pads and stuff, or pot holders is what you call them, and I found some. They were single yarn, machine made. There was 4 in a set for $40. That's machine made single yarn. These are
he's doing double yarn, right?
Yeah, these are double. He does double and triple yarn. I've got some that are triple yarn. I've got some that are double yarn. And Piggy does those.
And I could do a 4-strand.
Yeah, and they are all homemade or handmade by Piggy. And I told him, I said, if people want to pay $40 for a single strand yarn that's machine made and not very well made at that,
for a set of 4.
For a set of 4, then I'm going to put 4 of the pot holders, handmade, double stitch or triple stitch. Double stitch will be $40. Triple stitch will be $50 for 4 pot holders. If it's 2 pot holders and 2 of the hot pads, double stitch, it will be $50. Triple stitch will be $60.
Big hot pad looks nice.
Yeah, the hot pad, I love it. I mean, these get used all the time in my kitchen. I have stuff sitting on them all the time. If it comes out of the oven, I set my skillets on them. I set hot pans on them. And all I have to do is if they get dirty, throw them in the washer, dry them, and put them back in the kitchen.
And does he have a video of him making them?
There are some videos on Piggy's Piddles of him crocheting. And it may not, I don't know if it's these or if it's others, but he is crocheting. And when he's crocheting, it's either the hot pads or it is the pot holders themselves. That's what he makes. And
I'd like to see a video of him doing it with a 2 and 3 strands.
Yeah, we need to make some more of him doing the crochet.
Me working it off that little krill thing I made.
Yeah, there's one up that came up. I think it was last week or week before. It's talking about the new krill in action, or the yarn krill in action. I think that's what I named it. And it shows him working with the pink and black yarn and crocheting the 2 together.
I'll have to go and watch that one.
Yeah.
Because that would just be amazing.
Yeah. And what's funny is
I've seen people crochet with a single strand, but I've never seen them do it with 2, 3, and 4 strands.
Yeah, I can crochet. I cannot crochet with the 2 strands. I crochet with 1 strand. And I have gotten to the point that it hurts my hands to crochet. So I don't crochet as much. But yeah, Piggy, that's a lot of times what he'll be doing. If he's in a live and y'all don't see him commenting, it's because he may be crocheting. And like I said, I know I have 2 sets of pot holders right now that he's got done that I need to get put up on my Facebook page.
Where they at?
They're in that plastic zipper bag that you put over there somewhere. I think you put it in one of the drawers. I'm not sure.
No, is crocheting with 2 needles? Or
no, that's knitting. Crocheting is with the single hook with the little grabby on the end. Yeah.
Okay, that's.
Yeah, I was taught how to crochet as a kid, and I've crocheted Afghans. I've got a little what is it? It's a little toboggan-like thing that looks like a Cabbage Patch Doll's hair with braids that I made, and I made a few of those. And I get started on a crochet project, and I'll get busy, and I'm one of these that if I get started on something and I forget about it because I'm getting involved in something else, it might be a year or 2 before I get back to it.
There's another new name in here, Thrill of the Gill.
Hey,
Hello,
Thrill of the Gill.
That's a new name.
Yeah, these are the 2 different sets I've got. Let's see, this one right here is a set of 3. This one is pink and black. And what is it? Is it pink, black, and white? Okay, this is a 3-strand, pink, black, and white. There are 3 of the pot holders here. One's a little bit larger than the other 2. That's the largest one right there. And then I have these 2. And then I have these 4 right here. And I'm thinking these are a pink, turquoise, and white. I have 2 about that size.
Blue.
Yeah, that's a turquoise color. I picked that color out. I love that color.
I like that one.
Yeah, and these right here are the 2 larger pot holders that go with these. And then, again, these are 3 strand. So
they're not little pot boards either. They're bigger than that.
Yeah, this one out here is probably a good 8 by 8.
That is a crochet hook.
Yeah, that's Piggy's crochet hook, one of them.
That's what I use to do that.
That's amazing, Piggy.
Yeah. Yeah, these right here.
And I will say this: Eileen's got the. She don't have to go anywhere to get any hot pads.
No, well, I'll tell you why Piggy started making me hot pads to begin with. It's because all of them I have are old, got holes in them, or they're stained up and nasty. Honestly, I mean, you can wash them, but they're still stained.
And they don't block the heat like these.
No, they do not block the heat. You can literally feel the heat through all of them. But these right here, like I said, since these are 3 strand, this is the 4 of them. This one I would sell for $60 for the 4 homemade. And I think the smallest one might be about a 6 by 6. And the 2 largest are about an 8 by 8. I mean, those are large.
They're not all exactly the same either.
No.
They're handmade.
That's what makes them unique. They're like a fingerprint. They're all not alike.
And these right here, since there's 3 of these, I would probably sell the 3 of these for $45. These are 3 strand. And
that's just amazing how he can take one hook and make 3 strands into one hot pad.
Yeah, it amazes me that you can do it, because like I said, I do 1 strand of yarn very well. I don't have a problem with 1 strand. If I try to do 2 strands of yarn, I can't do that. It hurts my hands, literally. It just gets to the point I might get 1 or 2 on the chain done, and I'd have to stop for a day or 2 and then go back to it. Piggy can sit there for hours and crochet.
How long does it take him to make 1 hot pad?
Depends on whether or not I sit there and concentrate on it.
Yeah, it depends on whether or not he's videoing for me, or if I'm over here editing, he can sit there and concentrate. He can get 1 done. This one right here, or 1 like this, I think he did in a day.
Dang.
And when I say a day, I'm talking, or maybe half a day. It could be anywhere from 5 to 8 to 10 hours. And that's taking breaks in between, going to the bathroom, eating, and doing a few other things.
Sit there and concentrate.
That's a lot of time.
Yeah.
3 to 4 hours if I just sit there and go at it.
Yeah. Now, the pot holders, he can usually do about 3 of these in a day if he just sits and concentrates on them. But yeah, it is a labor of love for him, because it gives him something to do.
Has you ever tried putting them together to make a blanket?
That'll come later.
That's a goal of his, is to eventually make a large Afghan or blanket or throw. But I have to.
That was amazing just seeing them.
Yeah, I want to thank Michelle at It's All Mine, because a lot of the yarn that Piggy's been worked with was sent to him by her. And
still working on it.
Yeah, this green color with this is one that she sent him. We had bought the white for another project, and I saw that green, and I told him, I said, I want that green mixed with the white, with that white we bought for my kitchen. And he made me what he could out of all of that green and white.
So, what are your guys' favorite colors that you like to use to crochet with?
It just depends on what somebody might want.
Yeah. Now, my favorite color.
And I'll look at something and say, that might go good together.
Yeah. My favorite color of all time is sage green. So, if I see a sage green color and I really want something, I would go with a sage green and white for myself. But I love this apple green color or spring green or whatever it's called. I love this color as well, but sage green is my favorite color. But to actually put things together, I love that turquoise color that's right here. I love this turquoise color. And
that to me is a dying art.
yeah, and the turquoise and black look really good together with the white. I'm thinking it's Chris Oozleton and Alvin Lewis won the big placemats that Piggy made in those colors. He made turquoise, black, and white. I think it's turquoise and black and turquoise and white. There were 2-strand placemats, and there were 2 placemats in each color. And I gave those away on my live giveaway for reaching 250 subs. And I think Chris Oozleton got I don't know if he got the cricket. I don't know which one got which. I know one got the black and turquoise, and the other one got the white and turquoise. But yeah, and they were bigger than this one right here. They were actually just slightly larger than this hot pad right here. And that was several things I gave away. We gave away some hot pads that he made, and then I think Joy and Scott got a set of those. I think Michelle might have gotten some. I'm not sure. I can't remember who all won the placemats and things, but that's something too. He'll make them up, and if I have some that don't sell, and I have a giveaway at my 1,000 subscriber, whatever, then that'll be a gift in my giveaway. Because
Brandon says it right in chat, and he can't beat the love he puts in it making those things.
Well, it also, with the nerve damage, it also helps keep my hands busy.
Yeah.
Keep things moving.
Totally random question. What's your favorite animals? Dogs and cats. There was a totally random question. Yeah. Sandy Toes asked said totally random question. What's your favorite animals? We have 7 cats.
Seven cats.
We have 7 cats. Well, technically 8 because we have an outdoor cat that's a stray that we feed, and we have 1 dog. But yeah, cats and dogs are our favorite animals. Love them all, and but yeah, that's why I tend to when Piggy gets through crocheting, I will make sure everything is washed, dried, and put up somewhere, because we do have cats and a dog, and there is cat hair and stuff around the house. No matter how much you clean it up, there's always going to be cat hair.
Cottonwood Ranch, I can guarantee you, 2 or 3 strand one of these acrylic will keep you warm.
Yeah.
So Piggy makes bookmarkers as well.
He does make bookmarkers as well.
It's scrap yarn that's left over, and I just make a little something out of it.
Yeah, I think I got away on one of them.
That's cool, Piggy.
Yeah.
You got an art that you're keeping alive that no one else does very much anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, he was taught as a kid how to crochet, and I was taught as a kid how to crochet.
My kindergarten teacher taught me a chain stitch, and we went from there.
Yeah. And
wow, that's an old stitch.
Yeah, it's the basic stitch, and that's what everything down here is. This basic chain stitch.
That's all it
Basic
is.
chain stitch.
Yeah, the basic chain stitch, and he just gets to the end, turns, and goes back, and does another chain.
Right.
Turns, does another chain.
And line after line of chain stitch with 2 to 3 strands of yarn.
Yeah.
And Cottonwood talking about being cold up in Canada. I guarantee you 2 to 3 strand, something like this, will keep you warm.
Yeah.
Who taught you how to do 2 and 3 strands of yarn, Piggy?
Me.
He taught himself. He said, I wonder if this will work, and just started doing it. He said, well, 2 works. I wonder if 3 will work.
And I have tried 4, and it will work. I just have to find the right combinations.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's something that he's taught himself.
You got yourself a talent. You're a talented man with that.
Yeah. And, I know a lot of people might think, that's an outrageous price to pay for that. But I'm here to tell everybody. I've sat here and watched him do the crochet work. I see the time he puts into it. I see the effort he puts into it.
Hang on, let me find Cottonwood's rant.
Yeah, but there's a level of difficulty there doing 2, 3, and 4 strands.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people.
It's something that's not easy.
Yeah, and yarn isn't. It's not cheap. It really isn't. You can buy cheap yarn. Don't get me wrong, but the overall quality with cheap yarn isn't the best. But Piggy, he.
No, Cottonwood, I saw that comment.
Internet for stores in England.
Hard to find all natural products.
Yeah, it is hard to find all natural products everywhere. I don't know where you'd find all natural, but yeah, this is acrylic yarn. We were concerned when we first made them on how it would handle the heat. And I have to tell you, these are the best.
Well, I know how the acrylic fibers are made. They're run through extruders, tiny fibers going through these extruders. These extruders go anywhere from 500 to 800 degrees to make this yarn. It melts the plastic down, the acrylic down, and pushes it through really tiny holes. So that's one reason why it'll handle the heat. It's made in heat.
Yeah.
Extreme.
Yeah, I have all sorts of these in there. I have blue ones. I have blue and black ones. Oh my goodness, I don't even know what all colors I do have in there.
Have you ever melted one of those pot holders yet?
Oh, not yet. And I'll set a skillet straight off of the stove eye or my little cooktop eye, set it straight onto one. I will take a pan straight out of the oven or out of the air fryer and set it straight onto one. I have not had it anything. The only thing I've seen is like a little bit of condensation under it where heat goes through and causes a little bit of steam. But no, and I can literally pick up the pan or whatever straight off of the pot holder or the hot pad and pick it up, and it won't be hot. You can literally pick it up and touch it, no problem.
Hello, Danimals Creations.
Hey, Dan.
Now, there's another channel.
Piggy's showing you my stash. I got an old crock pot crock here full. I have this little plastic thing here full. Some are odd shaped because it's some of the first ones he's made, like these brown and tan looking ones.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, that's a yellow yarn with brown.
Okay, yellow and brown. This one right here is my largest.
Those are all nice.
I thank you. I'm proud of that. Right there is a little odd shaped. I have to go back. Yeah, this was one of the first ones he made me, and it's a little odd shape, but
I'm learning how to keep it even.
Yeah.
Didn't make it on that one.
But that's fine.
Still nice.
Yeah, it works.
Still looks good.
And I've got one here that is
navy blue, turquoise, and white.
Yeah, this is my navy, turquoise, and white when I picked these colors out for him to do for me. And I've actually got pot holders in that color as well.
Those are nice. Those are all nice. Really nice.
I've got everything. These are the really thick ones. This is a 4-strand right here.
That one's a 4-strand?
Is this a 3-strand?
Pretty sure. Let's see, the orange, the brown. No, it's a 4-strand. I got a little thin line of stuff in there.
Yeah, this is a 4-strand. This one is it's like an orange, brown, a creamy color, and I think almost like a white color. So this one's got 4.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is really amazing.
Yep.
This one's a light blue and yellow.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got so many of these things that I can't use them all, but I've got them to use. These are my old ones. I'm just going to show you from comparison. This is an old one. Like I said, this is one I've had for many a year. It's stained up. It's got little holes in it. It doesn't have any heat resistance to it anymore compared to one of his that I use that he can't put heat through.
That's
I
a
like
single.
that one.
Yeah, no, this one is a single strand.
Yeah, but how do you get designs on one side and apply it on the other?
What?
Oh, this
The
one.
last one you showed.
Oh, this one right here. This is one I bought at a store. This is a
That's
machine
a
made
regular hot pad.
Okay.
regular hot pad. Yeah, this is you just put two pieces of material together and put some
Right.
padding
I
underneath.
I thought that was one he made.
No, he made this one for me. This is one of the first ones he made.
Single strand, yellow, brown border. Then I try
That's cool.
putting her name in it.
That's cool.
That's it, ain't it?
Yeah, I think that's all of them right there. Yeah, but yeah, I've got
Yeah.
stashes of these things.
These right here is kind of like autumn colors.
Yeah, that's the 4-strand right there, and they are thick.
Yeah, they are. Those are nice.
You will not feel heat through that.
No, I'm very proud of those. I'm very proud of all that he's done and all that he does with them, and that's one thing that, like I said, seeing the work and effort he puts into it, the time he puts into it, I have no problem asking the price I'm asking for them, because I'm like this about it. If you don't want to pay it, don't pay it. It means you won't get it. You know, that's it. I mean,
that's not simple doing 2, 3, and 4 strand crocheting.
yeah. You know, it's, people's time is worth something, and if you go to work for a job and you get paid so much to do your job, you've earned that because you've worked for it.
Now, my grandmother had one of those big giant wooden looms.
Yeah.
And she taught me how to use one of them things. And I tell you what, that's not easy.
Now, weaving is very hard. It's something I would love to learn how to do, but
you just got to remember which foot pedals to push after each pass.
Right.
Then you got to pull that rake back to make it tight.
Yeah, and you have to be able to envision what you're doing.
Right.
If you're making a pattern, you have to be able to envision that.
And you got to get that design in there just right if you want it to look right.
That's it. And that's one thing I like about Piggy's. His is simple. He doesn't have any designs in it or anything like that right now. And he is going to try to get into doing different stitches on stuff. Michelle sent us some little booklets with different crocheted stitches in it that we can try. And I really want to get back into crocheting again, but I'm so focused on my cooking and trying to get stuff done with that. It's just not even funny.
I watched my grandmother do a loom. She did the weave of a blanket with her dog in it.
Oh, wow.
Alaskan Husky.
Talent. Yeah, that takes talent. And you're right.
A picture of Alaskan Husky in a weave.
Oh, wow. That would be beautiful. Sandy Toes needlework is a dying art. It really is. I like to quilt. I have made baby quilts. I've made other little quilting projects, but my main thing is making baby quilts.
Yeah, I made a baby blanket crocheting for a friend of ours.
Yeah.
That's cool, though. Would you believe we had almost 3.5 hours?
I know. I saw that, and I have still got to edit videos for tomorrow. But that's okay.
Well, this would be about the perfect time to let everybody go so you can get to doing your editing and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's been great having you two up here.
I have had so much fun. I thank everybody for the questions and for spending time.
We're going to have to do a collab video one of these times on cooking.
Oh, yes. That would be so fun. It really would.
It would be.
I would love to do a collab. I really want to do a live cooking show one night.
It would be.
But I'm not. Y'all don't want to see me cooking outside of a video. You don't want to see me cooking live. I am the
Why?
world's worst. I am scatterbrained.
Let us get built up and get us better accommodations and situations, and we might do something like that.
But because I'm like, Piggy, I forgot it. I have to pause the video. I got to find this. I forgot the video. So that stuff y'all don't see because I am scatterbrained sometimes. And if I was doing a live cooking, I would never get nothing done.
I would do a live cooking video, but I need someone to be up there as a co-host that could read chat for me.
Right. Hey, I'll do that. I'll set up as co-host and read chat for you. Oh, thank you, Sandy Toes.
What sentence don't make sense?
What'd she say?
She says, we are literally here because of your cooking, Alyne. That sentence doesn't make sense. Well, all I'm saying is on a live video, y'all would be laughing so much. Y'all wouldn't be able to catch nothing of the cooking because, like I said, I am scatterbrained. I am very OCD as well when I get to cooking. I want everything right there.
Oh, you and me both.
And
But
if
see,
I don't have it,
I like doing a lot of my cooking outside.
Yeah.
Instead of inside.
Yeah. I prefer cooking inside. I like cooking outside. I thought about doing a live video outside while I was grilling, but the last few times I've grilled, the smoke has messed up my eyes, and I wound up with uveitis again. So I haven't been outside grilling much lately. I also get when I get extremely stressed. So, and there's been a few things going on the past few days that have kind of stressed me out. I'm grilling burgers and hot Italian sausages right now. Enjoy them, Danimal. That sounds good. And
Sandy, do you want us to start on food again? We can. we can really make you hungry again.
I would start on food again, but I've really got to edit some videos and get some things done. I have so enjoyed these past 3.5 hours.
Been a good time.
It has. So,
it's been great having you both on here, and especially seeing the talents that Piggy has.
Well, I'm glad I could share it with y'all because I'm very proud of him. And now that I've got these out, I can actually get pictures of them and get them posted on my Facebook page. And yeah, if anybody is interested in the rub, I have my original Piggy's the Rub. I have it in, these are 3-ounce bottles. I have, I'm able to purchase 32-ounce bottles and do rub. I also have a salt-free version of the rub now that was inspired by Avid.
Boy, I'm just.
Hey, you asked for it. You asked for it. I made it. I tasted it. It turned out great. I mean, it doesn't have that salt flavor in it, seasoning, but it tastes good. So you inspired the salt-free version. I've got 2 different labels. I got one that says the original Piggy's is in blue. Right. And I have the salt-free version, which is green with red salt or salt-free written in red.
Cool.
So I have 2 totally different versions of the label, and also on that Facebook page, I have my aprons for sale. I have 3 white aprons left. If anybody's interested and wants one, the aprons are $20 a piece plus shipping.
I have to find a way to get barbecue stains out of your apron.
I started to say shout or something like that might do it, or you can use peroxide. Peroxide will bring out most proteins.
This is a tomato stain.
It might peroxide might bring out a tomato stain. Might, I don't know. I know.
I would do a OxyClean base paste and put on it and pre-soak it.
Yeah, like I said, I always either use shout or peroxide, so I have no idea.
It's it's low enough where people can't see it on camera, but
yeah, but it's there.
Yeah, that's why I want to get it back white again.
Yeah, and soon I will have Piggy's pot holders on the website, or not website, but on my Facebook page. It is Aileen, Welcome to My Kitchen on Facebook. And when he makes me some more hot pads, I will put them up as well.
If that's going to be a thing, I'll get hot on it and I'll make them up.
Yeah. So I'm gonna post some.
I sit here and got a lot of things I want to do, need to do, but if the crochet is going to be a thing, I'll get hot on it, and that'll be what I concentrate on.
Yeah, I use cold water. I wash all my clothes in cold water, so
Sandy, it's not my shirt that has a tomato stain. It's Eileen's apron she sent me.
Yeah, I sent Avid one of the white aprons. And like I said, I have 3 of those left. I've got somebody has asked about.
Avid done let it get a battle scar.
Yeah, I had someone ask me about my last black apron. I've still got it. They have not sent the money for it. If I don't receive the money, I'm going to say by the 2nd week of August, I'm going to let them know, since I haven't received any payment for it, that the black apron will go up for sale as well. The black apron will be $25. It is limited edition. There were only 5 of those made.
I love white, but white don't love me. I can say that honestly.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the apron is there for anyway, is to take all the stains in and keep them off the clothes.
Yeah, but I like that apron too much. I didn't want to get it stained that quick.
That's what they're for. Mine, they get the shout stuff put on them, and I don't use Downy. I use baking soda and vinegar in my wash with my.
Yeah, I do have this gel stain remover. I can put on that stain and let it work in and let it set. It should pull it right out.
Well, yeah, I got to talk about that, but I've got to get off here. I have enjoyed it. Everybody have a great evening. I'm going to drop down, let Avid have it.
I'm going to end it here because I got some stuff I need to vacuum seal and get ready for the because this next 3 weeks after this, I'm going to be busy with work and with my niece. So while she's still alive, I'm going to be spending more time with her for a while until she passes.
We will definitely keep y'all in our prayers, Avid. Definitely.
So I'm going to, I probably won't be alive or be doing any videos for a while.
You know that.
So we'll be with the family and all that.
Animals, we didn't need to know that.
Yeah, well.
Hey, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to miss my any time with my niece.
Hey, family first.
Right.
That's another thing I say. People come in, they'll tell me, "Oh, I'm sorry I missed your live," or "I'm sorry I got to get caught up on your videos. I had family." Family comes first, y'all.
Bar none.
Bar none. Family first. If it's a choice between watching my video or spending time with your kids or spending time with your parents or your family, you spend time with your family. If it's coming to my live or spending time with your family or friends, you spend time with your family or friends. You never know when the next time you're going to be able to see them.
Videos and replays will always be up on YouTube.
Yeah, you never know the last time you're going to be able to see somebody. So spend time with the family when you got them and while you got them.
Yeah. Thank you. And glad you guys were able to come up here and do it live. I'm thankful that the weather has broken up to where we can be up here and stay up here.
Yeah, I'm glad the thunder boomer stopped here because it was going bad earlier. I was like, oh, I hope the internet don't go out.
But we're going to have to do this again.
Definitely. I've enjoyed it. I have enjoyed it. So, signature bye, y'all. I'm done.
Hey, maybe next time we can get Joy up here and we can get her talking cooking too with us.
Oh, that would be nice.
That'd be good.
That would be nice.
I haven't even seen Joy in chat.
I haven't. Tonight being Sunday, they might have went to bed early. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
Because I know it's really hot where they're at, and they've been having a lot of problem with the heat.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gone. Bye, y'all.
Everybody, good night, tight lines, and we'll see you next time.